Hello everyone and welcome back to some more The Great Ace Attorney Adventures. Last time we finished case 3 and it ended again without the criminal being caught. Assuming, well actually no one got caught, hey. God, this game keeps breaking series tradition, it's great. Hello Brian, I also like hand jokes, not when I have a broken arm, but that's fine. It's actually feeling a lot better today. I went to the doctor, suggested I could probably start moving it around, just exercising it. But I still need to go to an actual fracture clinic and see what they say. But at the moment I'm not using the sling. I've just got it like hanging on a pillow to the right of me at the moment. So hopefully that will be better, but if I need to like adjust things during stream, it'll happen. But hey, Brian, I forget, have you played this game? You haven't, have you? End of chapter 3 is quite fire. Hey, Curb, how you doing? Nope, you haven't. Well, thanks for popping in. I don't know if you want to stay unspoiled or whatever, but yeah. I gotta say, because they told me to keep my arm at a right angle the entire time, the fucking... What's the... Do we have a word for, like, the armpit of your elbow? Is there a word for that? Is that just called an armpit still? Yeah, but anyway, that little area is still, like, is really itchy because it's been compressed this entire time. So I'm just letting it air out for a bit. But yes, otherwise, I'm starting a little earlier than I normally do. Which is probably why Brian's actually here, because I'd assume I normally start when he's asleep. Yes, the end of chapter 3 was quite fire. Literally. We also started chapter 4, episode 4, or case 4, a little bit last time, but I stopped immediately after, like, the first conversation. So, let's just continue on with our investigation. There was this new thing we had to go to. The scene of the crime, the prison cells, or the suspects being held. Oh, now we're getting to, like, classic Ace Attorney, where we go to we can go to, like, the, crime scene, and then we can go to, like, the detention center to talk to the criminal, right. You start at, like, 3:30 AM, because of DST bullshit, it'll be, like, 4:30 converted. Don't you guys go back? Yeah, we recognize DST, it was, jeez. I thought you guys were going back, because one of my friends was saying the clock was at, 1:59 AM, but now it's at, 1 AM. We are at the literal exact spot as I've just moved to Bria Road. So you're playing right now? Actually, I can probably check. Hold up. Let me see. I'm not gonna show my friends list for a sec, but I'm curious. Holy shit, you are actually, like, playing right now. That's great. Alright, let me get it back on screen. Alright, Bria Road. Let's head there. You go back. Well, if you go back, wouldn't it be 2:30 AM? Like right now? In a bit? Because you go back in time. I hate it. Please don't say when you say you go back. At the most 1:54. When DST hits, it'll be an hour earlier, correct? So it'll be... Oh, DST already hit. Oh, I see. Okay. What do you mean I start at 3:30 AM? Yeah, DST hit a little while back for us. Anyway, it doesn't... You're here, and that's what matters. I think... We'll see how things go, but, for some games, I might play earlier in the day, but we'll see how things go. Anyway, we're at Bria Road. Hello. Is that Kagami? So this is where it happened. Bria Road. It's probably Bria, not Bria, because this is fucking, yeah. Before DSC, I would wake up and my phone would says, MBGov1133 has gone live at 3:43 or something like that. Oh, I see. No, I normally start about an hour after this right now. So, or like half an hour. Like my normal start time, I aim for around like 2 a.m. for you right now. It's almost 7 p.m. here. I aim for that. Sometimes I'm a few like half an hour late or something. Today was early, so that's why I'm starting already. But anyway,
Look, Mr. Naruhodo. Look at that regulation metal helmet. It's unmistakable. The men of Scotland Yard are here. They're investigating as we speak.
well, I'm going to bed. All right, good night, Brian. Thanks for dropping by. I'm gonna actually avoid spoilers because I actually want to play this game. Have you played any of the other Ace Attorney games? This is a good one to start with, but still. But yes, fair enough. Yeah, it's probably a good idea to avoid some of the spoilers, I'd say. Played Case 1 of the first one? Shame. You should continue the trilogy. Really good. I promise you'll like it.
That is their job, you know. Mr. Naruhodo, to see one with my own eyes. Often depicted in the Ventures Sherlock Holmes, but I never dreamt I'd come this close. It's a real Bobby's helmet.
What? The helmet?
Of course. I have to try one on one day.
Well, I hope your hatty dream comes true. Maybe you could ask Mr. First.
I don't see Inspector Gregson anywhere.
Gregson?
Shall we see if we can sneak past and investigate the scene of the stabbing? Why should we sneak? I don't want to upset one of those bobbies and be butted on the head by one of those metal helmets. My skull would crack in two, I'm sure. Oh no, an English bobby would never do such a thing. This is a land of gentlemen, you know.
What's your name? Oh, interesting. Hello. This bike looks fucking destroyed.
Oh, a British bicycle, look. Although the wheel's so misshapen, I'm sure it couldn't possibly be ridden anymore. Someone must have been doing some breakneck cycling. It seems bicycles have become extremely popular in London recently. There's even a movement to change women's dress to allow them to ride as well.
The bicycle fad won't last. I don't see why anyone would want to ride something like that. Is that historically accurate? People, like, not particularly wanting to ride on bikes? That's fascinating. Hold up. Let me make sure things are working. Okay.
Goodness, do you dislike bicycles?
No, not at all. I mean, it's not that I dislike them exactly. It's just that any occupation that involves taking both your feet off the firm ground seems reckless. If you'd ever tried walking on stilts and fall into a river, I know you'd agree with me.
We'll have to hire a bicycle sometime. You can sit behind me while I ride you around.
Interesting that it's misshapen. There's also holes in, like, the windows here.
That's a rather typical old brick building, isn't it? Sure has a long and interesting history.
Well, time certainly seems to have taken its toll on the place. It's crooked and sagging all over. You never learn how to ride a bike. You know, I haven't ridden a bike in ages, but I know it took me a fucking while to learn how to. I actually missed out on my, there was a cycling, high school camp, in, I think, year 11. I missed out on that because I went to Japan on a school trip instead. That was fun. In fact, it looks decidedly in worse shape than the other houses around here.
We must find some cheap lodgings ourselves as soon as possible.
Yes, you're right. Cheap, but ideally with reasonably level floors. Oh, look at the windows of that building over there.
Are you sure they're windows?
Yes, but they're all filled with bricks.
Oh, you're right. I wonder why. Perhaps an empty property where nobody lives at the moment.
There's smoke coming from chimneys, though.
Oh dear, everything still feels very foreign. There's so much we have to learn about this place.
Are you sure they're windows? Actually, yeah, they are. Huh. Okay. Never mind. I didn't even think about that. That looks strange, actually. I feel like I've seen something like this before, though. Okay, speaking of chimneys. The clouds look so big and heavy in the sky, don't they? You and one other person on my friend list is playing this game. Neat. And with the dense fog as well, everything looks hazy.
Well, it is known as Foggy London Town. I can just make out some sort of spire through the fog.
Oh wait, I can just sort out make out some sort of spire through the fog. It looks like it's still being built though. Oh, we weren't even checking out the chimney. We're checking out the fog.
Yes, that must be Crystal Tower being built for the great exhibition that's to open in 6 months' time. Apparently, it's going to be very striking, glazed on all sides, and the symbolic centerpiece of the exhibition.
It's to be the largest exposition in history, is it? I can't even begin to imagine it. I'm really enjoying this game. I gotta be honest. Like, God, this is so good. Do you see all that black smoke rising from the chimneys over there?
It says here that in Great Britain, many people heat their homes in winter using coal.
The only chimneys I really remember seeing in Japan were on top of the bathhouse.
Do
you think some of those houses could be on fire?
Not at all.
Well, even so, that much thick smoke building up there to happen is surely going to turn the whole whole sky black sooner or later.
Gosh, you may be right about that.
They don't, yeah, that's true. They wouldn't actually be thinking about any of that. Technically 2 games, it's wild how good of a package this is. Yeah! It really is. I'm glad these games finally got localized. Honestly, at this point, I'd be happy to play them in Japanese, but I always like the English translations of these games. They're generally very, very good, I would say. Oh, it's not an omnibus, but it is a carriage.
Oh, that's a Scotland Yard carriage. They use vehicles like that to rush crime scenes and cart away criminals.
You're very well informed, aren't you?
It's long been a dream of mine to ride one of those through the streets of London.
Well, just pick up a stone and throw it through one of the windows then.
That would mean being arrested in order to ride it. Wouldn't it? Still, if it's in your way, I'll be finding it soon.
No, I wasn't being serious. Oh, I really like the characters in this game. I feel like it feels like every line has some sort of characterization. Like the jokes are good. None of them feel like they're fallen flat, and it does a good way of. They're all good at characterizing each character for the most part.
What a delightful snowman!
I didn't realize that English had a tradition of making snowmen as well. Looks a little creepy though.
Oh, it has a scarf. Look.
You'd need one if you were out in this freezing cold all the time. I wish I had one.
I'm afraid our budget is somewhat frozen at the moment too. We certainly can't afford a scarf.
Surely the snowman here wouldn't miss his.
The certain person who made the snowman certainly would.
Yes, I know, you're right. Anyway, even if I borrowed it, it wouldn't do much to warm my neck, would it? It's covered in snow. Why do people put scarves around snowmen, now that I think about it? Can't talk to you, can I? No, you're just part of the carriage. This person is not a person. He just exists as a single entity with the carriage. Alright. Let's see what's next. Hello, sir. That's one of the officers from the Scotland Yard. The police are making sure that the crime scene is undisturbed. I have a feeling that if we wander too close, we'll be clapped in irons.
I think perhaps you're being a little overcautious. I've done nothing wrong, so I have no cause for concern.
I know. I'm not getting caught out again. Twice is enough. Twice I found myself in handcuffs despite not knowing a thing what was going on. That's right. This is the first time the second time we've been here not being accused of a crime.
Yes, you've had some dreadful experiences. I'm sure that's wide-eyed. It's that wide-eyed look of panic you're so prone to. It does you no favors at all.
Wait, is that it? Oh. This patch of pavement must be where the incident occurred.
Yes, it's a very wide open space, isn't it?
That's true. I can't see anywhere an attacker could have been hiding. Oi! What are you bobbies? Sorry. Oi! What are you foreigners doing here?
We, just investigating the scene, officer.
Conspiring with the mustache fella from Japan, are ya?
Conspiring?
Come here to destroy evidence, have ya? Get out of here before I give you a night and go on! Kagami? Yeah, I know. I was like, is this Kagami? Mustache fella from Japan.
He shooed us away like frats.
Yes, we should give him a wide berth, I think.
What a disappointing experience.
Have I inspected everything? I wonder if I've inspected everything. I can't think of anything else I haven't inspected. I guess for safe measure, I will click the other dude, but they seem to just give the same result anyway. So, yeah, okay. Audio level's fine, by the way, because I mean, I was kind of sitting far away from my mic yesterday, but anyway, I actually think that's it. I can't do much else here. Let's go to the prison. Let's go talk to the suspect. It sure is a prison. Local prison cell 9. Okay.
So these are British prison cells. Oh, they're ghastly. It feels just like a dungeon.
Yes, and having experience in Japan myself, I can assure you that our wooden cells feel a lot cozier than these cold stone walls.
Oh, don't, Mr. Naruto. You're making it seem worse.
Apparently, our client is in the cell here, but it's so dark at the back there, I can't make him out. I wonder what he's like. Inmate 53, your legal representative is here to see you. Stop hiding at the back of the cell and show your face at once. Am I a cat? As yet with no name. Calling me by number, it's utterly unbelievable. You didn't just leave reasonable. I don't know what voice. I refuse to answer.
Mr. Naruto, what? What do you think is going on here?
I have no idea, but I wasn't just hearing things, was I? That tirade of complaints was in Japanese. Oh, hello. Oh, I see. Sumimasen. Sumimasen. Yeah. Dochira-sama desu ka? Sorry. Sorry, what's your name? Quiet! They're all around, hiding. I know they are. They're watching, listening, even now. I can sense it. Oh. Right. So, could I ask you who exactly... There you are, you have come to curse me! Don't try to hide it, you're a ghost! It's one of these types. A ghost? Look at her fucking face on the left there. I don't know if it's just a perspective, but she looks like... Holy shit.
I mean, you know how I'm prisoner-son. Are you Japanese by any chance?
This is beyond my wildest dreams. Okay. Forgive me for that outburst earlier. I'm so sorry. It's fine. We're just a little surprised, that's all. Imagine it! It's been 12 long months in the mountain. Here I am, in a frightful fix in a foreign land. So hearing the sweet, sentimental tones of a compatriot's voice here in this damp, dark hellhole was a most monumentally moving moment. MMMM. Who could have guessed that this new client Lord Strongheart assigned to us would turn out to be a fellow Japanese? Ah! What compassion, my fellow countrymen show to dispatch a first-class lawyer all the way from Japan to defend me, a foreign student. I'm not quite sure how to voice this guy. To dispatch a first-class lawyer all the way from Japan. No, that was the voice they used for the fucking detective. I really don't know how, like, hold on. To dispatch a first-class lawyer. I don't know. Anyway, I'm just gonna keep going. Noble, nurturing, never failing, Nippon. It's fucking M and N. M and N. From a certain other game. Oh my god, he is deaf. He really is.
A first-class lawyer?
Oh dear, I think there's been something of a misunderstanding here.
I wonder, would you be so kind as to tell us what's happened? Why you've been detained as a suspect, for example?
Yes, I can, I will! Shan't stay sullen and silent!
I'm not sure to understand what he means, but seems happy.
Yes, he does. I just hope he actually has a good reason to be. Thank you for your cooperation. I'm a lawyer, as you said. My name's Ryunosuke Naruhodo.
And I'm Naruhodo-san's judicial assistant, Susato Mikotoba.
I am a visiting student sent here by our government. Notably notorious named Natsume. Oh my god. No way. Oh my god, that's fucking amazing. Not only do we have Sherlock Holmes in this story, we have fucking Natsume Soseki. That's... Oh my god, that's great. That's fucking great. Holy shit. Oh, that's also fucking Natsume. There's so many Natsumes appearing in like stuff I'm watching at the moment and reading at the moment. Little Busters, I'm reading the visual novel for that. There's the fucking twins, Natsume Kyosuke and Natsume Rin. And then you've got fucking, I've been rewatching Natsume Yujincho, Natsume's Book and Friends. Of course, that's Natsume Takashi. So this fucking Natsume name has appeared in fucking 3 things I'm going through at the moment. Of course, this one's named after an actual person that existed. It's a little different, but... Hello. Here's my armband. Yes, yes! The symbol of one of our great empire's first-rate lawyers. Which means, of course, you'll stand by my side. You'll defend me. Oh, no, sorry. That wasn't why I was showing it to you. In my words, you show me that! Oops, in hindsight, that probably wasn't the best idea. It's a tradition to show off your lawyer's badge in every single instance you can. Soseki Natsume-san. What an unusual name. Call me Soseki, please. I'm a poet, you see, a writer of haiku. It's something a nom de plume. A nom de plume? You mean an alias?
That's right, Naruhodo-san.
No, don't be prosaic. It's much more refined than that. And haiku, that really reminds me of home.
Did I hear you say that you were a visiting student sent over here from the government?
Yes, that's right. A year ago, I was told to go and study English. First I had to suffer that misery. And now this is beyond the pale. Suffer that misery? Did you not want to study here? No, I mean, I've had an interest in Great Britain for some years, of course. Oh. But just because the government tells you to do something doesn't doesn't mean you can do it. No.
What do you mean?
They told me to study English literature. That I could have understood. That's my field. But no, they told me to study the English language. Utterly unbelievable, unjustly unreasonable.
I see.
Only the other day, I was told to send a report about my first year here. I tendered a blank piece of paper. Wise words on whitewashy. Wise words on whitewashy. Wise words on whitewashy. That's 6 syllables, so it's not quite. The WWW, World Wide Web.
You must be a man of great standing.
Oh yes! So I'm often told.
And often like to be told, it seems.
Huh. How old is he? If he's a student, how old is he? Hold up. 33, okay.
Could you perhaps tell us why exactly you've been arrested, Soseki-san?
I didn't do it! I didn't commit that atrocious murder!
Murder?
Oh, no, it's alright. That woman didn't actually die, did she? But she was stabbed with a knife right before my eyes!
Before your eyes? You mean you saw the attacker?
I didn't see anyone.
What?
If I'd seen the person who did it, do you think I'd be locked up in here?
Oh dear, it seems this case is becoming rather complicated. Why me?
Why me? Why me? Why did that silly woman have to be stabbed in front of me? It's the curse of London. It's incredibly, inexcusably, irritatingly inconvenient.
So Soseki-san was there at the scene, but he didn't see the attacker. It's vital we find out more about the case.
About the case. It was an accursed evening, up just after the snow had started to clear with fog. I'd been to the bookshop to buy some books, and I was on my way back to my accursed lodgings.
Sure, the bookshop wasn't accursed too.
As I was walking along that accursed pavement, I could make out the sole silhouette of another ahead of me. A woman wearing green overcoat she was. And just as I went to overtake her... Holy shit. I'm not gonna comment. Wow. She suddenly let out a little scream and collapsed onto the cold, hard slabs of stone at my feet. Why am I giving him like a fucking British accent? He's Japanese.
How terrible.
I called out to the woman, but she didn't move. It was like a ghostly, ghoulish, grim graveyard.
Slight exaggeration there, perhaps.
I was terrified. I had to get away from there. So I ran as fast as my legs would carry me back to my cursed lodgings.
That's not good.
They'll say it was shameful, I know, to run away like that.
Tell me, Soseki-san, was the victim an acquaintance of yours?
Don't be ridiculous. Do you think I know any of these fair-haired English? And a young woman at that? I'm diffident, shy, timid, unsure, and I can't talk to people.
I see. A young woman unknown to Soseki-san. And at the time it happened, who else did you see nearby? Did anyone pass you?
Regrettably, apart from myself and the woman, I didn't see a soul.
No one? Oh, great. So the victim was unknown to you, and there was nobody else on the street at the time. That creates something of a conundrum, doesn't it? What conundrum? Okay, that was a hiccup.
Hold up, let me drink some water.
What do you mean, Sosato-san? What's a conundrum? Well, if what Soseki-san just told us is true, there's something I can't explain.
Okay.
He says they didn't know the victim and that there was no one else at the scene. Then he apparently fled without having been seen.
I did!
But if that's the case, surely this man has to be the culprit.
Hi, you! What did you just say?
Nothing. I didn't say nothing. Oops, perhaps I thought that a little loudly.
Holy shit, he's fucking freaking out. Holy shit, that animation.
Actually, that's not what's troubling me. What I was thinking was, how did Soseki-san actually come to be arrested? Sorry, he didn't touch the victim, and there was nobody at the scene to see him. So how did the police ever discover that he was there in the first place? Oh yes, she's right.
It was him! That accursed great detective! He led the police to me! Of all the bad luck!
Accursed great detective, could it be?
I shall never forget that man's name as long as I live, with his haughty laugh and self-proclaimed greatness. Brash, big-headed busybody, be gone! May you be cursed until the end of your days! Herlock Sholmes! I knew it.
Mr. Sholmes?
Herlock Sholmes.
Well, I didn't expect to hear that name from this man's lips for sure.
It was the morning after that nightmare had unfolded on the pavement before me. I was gnawing on a sliver of pie. I feel like this is a really unfitting voice for fucking Natsume Soseki, but kind of fits his demeanor in the game. I don't know. I don't think it's a very good voice. I was gnawing on a sliver of hard cheese when some men suddenly burst through the door. They started shouting at me. This is the police, put the weapon down. Yes, it was a thin sliver, and yes, it was hard, but I wasn't eating a weapon. Disgusting dietary discrimination devils.
You clearly had a trying morning yesterday.
And there he was, in the middle of all the policemen, grinning like a Cheshire cat. And that's Herlock Sholmes.
It's actually just Herlock Sholmes, and he's English.
I've since found out that he's a famous name in detection here in London.
Yes, the great detective is really very well known.
And this overly sharp man managed to deduce my whereabouts apparently. Thinks I'm the knife-wielding madman. Me, this weak, stooped kitten of a man.
I want a great deduction process and led to this conclusion this time. Do you mean to say that Mr. Sholmes' deduction was the only reason the police arrested you? That would be really most unreasonable.
Well, the thing is, I was thrown into a panic when they barged their way in.
Of course you were. That's only natural.
I was terrified and trembling, and they kept throwing question after question at me, in impossible English. Fiendish, foreign, flammery. Flannery? From Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire?
Well, we are in English. You can't really blame them for questioning you in English.
Good point. But my mind went blank. I knew how to answer, but I didn't know what to say. So I just kept repeating things like, yes, I do, and I'm fine. Next I knew, I was in manacles. Before I knew it, I was thrown here.
My dear, I'm afraid that's hardly surprising.
I'm fine. He's not fine now. Mr. Naruhodo Esquire.
You can just call me Naruhodo. And while we're speaking English, a simple Mr. is more than enough.
Oh yes, alright, yes. They've really got out to me. This country is poisoning my mind. But please, I beg of you to defend me in court tomorrow. You can tell me what really happened. You'll do it, won't you?
Well,
Why is it so hard to say yes to me?
Well, the thing is, I'm just a student like yourself, on a study tour.
A student?
I've defended a case in the Old Bailey, only the one though. But at this moment in time, I really don't know what I'm supposed to believe in. I'm confused about what justice in this country even means. Why Naruhodo-san?
I'm not even the foreign student who was supposed to be in here. I'm sort of a locum lawyer, I suppose. But that armband, that's a mark of a defense lawyer from our great empire. It's a keepsake from the man who should have been here. He was my best friend. A keepsake? I know exactly what they're saying about me.
What do you mean?
The lawyers, all the British defense lawyers, they won't defend me.
Goodness, why? Why'd you say that?
For the same reason as you noted before. When it happened, there was only the victim and myself around, and I ran away from the scene of the crime. I'm not a fool. I know it looks as though I must be the culprit.
It must be very hard for you, Soseki-san.
And anyway, I'm a student from overseas. I'm just a foreign nobody to them, someone not to be trusted. I had them openly laughing about me before in my earshot without any compunction at all. Any trial for this man would be a waste of time, they said. And, of course, the foreigner did it. They even had the gall to say the man doesn't understand half of what's being said anyway.
That's awful.
They're wrong! I've studied more English than half of the policemen out there on the streets. I've traveled halfway around the world to learn about these people's country and its great history. But no one here wants to listen to a man with a strange accent. They all hate me. So at the very least, I'd like to entrust my fate to someone who can listen to me in my native tongue. You could do it, couldn't you? When I look into your eyes, I can see it. I can see what you've been through.
Soseki-san, it's just that... Give me a little time, please. I'll do what I can, for the time being.
What do you mean?
We shall investigate the case as thoroughly as possible. If we find some clues, it will give us a much better chance, I'm sure.
Oh, yes, thank you. I'll be here all alone, waiting for you. Welcome, student Mr. Naruhodo Esquire.
We should be going then, Naruhodo-san. We have a case to prepare for.
Okay. Off we go. I'm guessing to Briar Road again. I guess we need to agree to it. After we head off, I need to do some things. Alright, thanks for joining, Curb.
Oh, hello. Hello. What's the Japanese delegation doing here?
Inspector Gregson!
This isn't on the tourist trail, as I'm feeling sure you're well aware.
Yes, of course. We're here to investigate.
So you've been to the Horton cells then? What'd you make of the criminal?
He's not a criminal, as you put it, Inspector. He's a suspect.
We'll see about that. You Japanese like to stick together, I suppose. Well, do what you will. Doesn't bother me. The bloke's in court tomorrow, whatever happens. And the verdict's a foregone conclusion.
The stone-cold air of rejection. Take heart. London at this time of year is full of stone-cold air. That makes it worse somehow.
Here's my fucking armband.
Inspector Gregson, can I show you this?
Am I supposed to know what that is? Never seen that insignia before.
It's worn by defense lawyers in the Empire of Japan as a symbol of their profession.
In other words, it's a worthless trinket here in Great Britain.
I know, it's very important to me. It shows my spirit.
An English gentleman keeps saying things like a spirit very much to himself. I'll have you know.
Oh. Take your vote, Mr. Naruhodo. It's too late. He's crushed my spirit already.
I've examined everything, so just conversing, I suppose. Scotland Yard! Alright, since no one seems to be in chat at the moment, I'm gonna do this. There we go.
Tell me about the Scotland Yard, Inspector. What is I read about in the Adventures of Sherlock Holmes, I've been fascinated by the place.
The Yard is the most sophisticated policing organization you'll find anywhere in the world, Mom.
Oh, and you know, I've always dreamt of wearing a real Bobby's helmet. It does make them look the part, seeing that policeman there with his helmet on. certainly get the sense that this is a man who will take no nonsense in his duty of protecting the city. Oh yes, doesn't he look wonderful?
Being a London Bobbies are going, I can tell ya.
Oh really?
First thing in the morning, you know what he does? He goes around and rouses all the laborers on his beat so they can get off to work.
What? He wakes people up?
Yeah, raps on their windows with a long bow. Did it myself going back a bit.
I had no idea.
Does everyone who wears a Bobby helmet in their life have a fucking, like, very long face, vertically? Because it feels like they all seem to at this point.
The Bobby works for the people of the town, just another one of his duties. After that, he starts tirelessly patrolling the streets all day long. He has to cover 20 miles a day. That's the regulation of distance. Why are we speaking in miles? This is Great Britain. This should be fucking kilometers.
I can't really imagine how far that is, but it sounds like a long way. Let me see. 20 miles. That's approximately the distance from Tokyo to Yokohama.
I thought you were gonna say that's approximately something, in kilometers. No, okay, this is a localization thing I'm not a fan of. When they change the units between, metric and imperial system, I think those are what the systems are called. Because Japan uses a metric system, right? So they use kilometers. The UK also uses kilometers, so there's no reason, and in this case it's really egregious, because there's literally no reason they should be using miles. Unless the British used miles back in this time period. But there's pretty much no reason they should be using miles. These sort of like, this sort of thing picks up, like, I kind of bugs me. Actually, I'm curious. I'll look it up later. I'm actually curious, did the British ever use miles? Because surely... I actually don't know that. I know the history between the two systems. I know that the metric system is not American and that everything else is American. But that's just what it is now. I'm curious if, like... Because wasn't it... The imperial system would have existed before the metric system, wouldn't it have? I think. But I don't know when they would have made a switch, because initially, what was it? I forget what Fahrenheit was measured based on. But like Celsius was based on the boiling point of water, and that came after Fahrenheit, I believe. At least my logic tells me that. But I'd have to actually research and take a look into how that all actually came to be. But anyway, yeah, I'm not too well versed in the history of these sort of things. But anyway, they would have used kilometers in the Japanese script unless there's a historic reason to not use it. You know? On foot, that's definitely taking things a step too far.
And when it gets dark, of course, he has the important job of lighting all the gas street lamps.
The gas? The gas. Why does gas sound American? It's not gas. The gas street lamps, not maps.
Oh my. And I suppose in between all of those duties, Bobbies are expected to investigate cases as well. And chase after criminals trying to evade the law.
I'm not sure you could call it in between exactly. More alongside, but yes. Expected to handle those jobs as well. We do have men kneeling over them from time to time, I admit.
I'd always dreamt of wearing one of those helmets, as I said. But it's with a heavy heart that I shall have to relinquish that dream to you, Mr. Naruto.
Your heavy heart will be my heavy head if you do.
It happened around 5 in the evening 2 days ago, just there on that open bit of pavement. The victim, a young woman, was stabbed with a blade from behind.
Is it right that the lady is still unconscious now? You mentioned that she's being treated in hospital.
I never said she was a lady. Truth is, unless she comes around pretty smartish, won't be able to find much out about her pretty at all.
I suppose that means I haven't been able to take a statement from her at all, of course.
a map of the local area. I happen to have one. You can take it if you want.
Really? Are you sure?
It's your policy to give lawyers defending suspect the odd bit of information to go with.
I haven't actually accepted the job yet, but still. Thank you, Inspector. We gratefully accept.
Anyway, as far as we know, there was no one else on the scene. There was no one else on the scene as other than the victim and your fellow countryman. So who did it, do you think? Not much of a head scratcher, is it? Is it?
Well, I know Mr. Natsume is also claiming to not have seen anyone else around, but just because he didn't see anyone, doesn't mean we can be so sure nobody else is present.
I'm sorry to have to tell you, but we most certainly can be sure.
How?
Because, Mom, the precise moment of the stabbing didn't go unnoticed.
It what?
Two very reliable witnesses, no less.
Huh.
Typical foggy London day, and your client obviously didn't see them.
There were witnesses now? Witnesses, okay. Who are these witnesses, Inspector?
A fellow and his wife. And the man's one of the most reliable and respected citizens in all of London. He's a copper from the Scotland Yard.
Ah. A policeman? That might change things. And this policeman just happened to be there at the exact moment the woman was attacked?
Nothing peculiar about that, Mom. Part and parcel of being a Bobby. A Bobby. A Bobby. A Bobby. Catching them bang in the act and all of that.
Do you think it might be possible for us to ask that policeman a few questions?
Be my guest. You can ask him what you like in court tomorrow.
Oh,
I've no doubt he'll be summoned as a witness. But that'll give you something to look forward to.
that's that then. He's got no intention of letting us meet the man beforehand, it seems. The policeman witnessed the incident. As a judicial assistant, I must warn you that this could make our job very difficult indeed. Yes, as a non-judicial assistant, I could have warned me of that too. Oh yes, one more thing, Inspector.
What?
The person who led you to the suspect. I hear that was Mr. Herlock Sholmes.
What are you bringing him up for?
Was it something I said? The colors drained from his cheeks.
Who did you hear that name from?
Oh, well, it was Mr. Natsume who mentioned it. He said that Mr. Sholmes was with the police when they entered his lodgings. Which was the result of one of Mr. Sholmes' inspirational great deductions.
Viddle vaddle! The man's an amateur. I'm getting sick and tired of him showing his mug everywhere.
Oh,
I don't know where he gets his information from, but he turns up at the scene of the crime. Wanders around spouting incomprehensible rubbish, and before you know it, he claims to have solved the case.
yes, he's quite astounding, isn't he? He's a great help to Scotland Yard, though, isn't he?
Gibble babble. Ever seen this before?
Yes, that's Rant's magazine. The wonderful publication in which the adventures of Herlock Sholmes appears.
Yes, well, that wonderful publication, as you put it, sees fit to include several of the Yard's detectives in its stories. This old-world great detective makes a mockery of all of us. If you ask anyone at the Yard, it's a misadventure to be included in any of Herlock Sholmes' tale at all.
Well, I suppose there's an element of that.
We work our socks off, every one of us, and be fronted by the public thanks to that obnoxious detective. The man's as dangerous to our Scotland Yard as he is to all our criminals.
That can't really be true, can it, Inspector? Clearly the great detective and the police have a complex relationship. Large trial. Hold up.
That twitchy Japanese bloke goes on trial tomorrow. tomorrow. Are you gonna defend him or not?
Well,
Makes no difference to me, but I will just say this. No London lawyer with a sword will touch that case with a barge pole.
because the prosecution is being handled by the Reaper of the Bailey, you mean?
There's no way to save the man now. It's a waste of time trying. It is all a bit strange, though.
Sorry?
The Reaper, he hasn't appeared in court once for a good few years now.
Yes, we did hear something to that effect.
And the only people he usually bother with are the real scum. The master criminals, the violent ones.
Master criminals? The violent ones?
And Ryan picks his victims, only deals with those guaranteed to go to the gallows for their sins.
But Mr. Natsume wouldn't hang for what he's accused of, surely?
That's my point, just my point, sunshine. Yes, the young woman was stabbed, but it didn't kill her. Couldn't even say the intent was there. So this isn't the sort of case that we're expecting the Reaper to want to sink his teeth into. For a better phrase.
Well, it's not exactly a minor infraction, is it?
Hey, Yahiko, welcome to the stream. Thanks for the raid, Cerulean Skies, oh. Hey, welcome everyone.
No, there's gotta be more to it. Some really taking an interest.
I'm playing the Great Ace Attorney, the first game. This is case 4 of the first game, for the first time. Massive Ace Attorney fan, excited to play the game for the first time. I've played every other Ace Attorney game, so this is what? How many? This is the 9th Ace Attorney game I'm playing, I think. But yes, welcome everyone. What were you guys all streaming just now? But yeah.
Really? What sort of reason, Inspector?
You think I can tell what's going on inside the head of that Lord of Darkness? You have to ask him yourself, at tomorrow's trial.
Are we really going to have to face the Reaper again? The Lord of Darkness, as he put it.
What is this JRPG terminology?
Well, I don't think we're going to get any more useful information out of the detective. Mr. Naruhodo, may I make a suggestion? Oh, yes, what is it? Well, it seems to me that we must speak with them about this.
Oh god, she wants to talk to Sholmes.
By him, do you mean Mr. Sholmes? Yes, Mr. Herlock Sholmes, exactly. Look at those shining eyes. You can't wait, can you? Well, Mr. Natsume did blame Mr. Sholmes for all of this, didn't he? Yes, he did. He really did. We traced an involved party in the case. Are you just going to ignore that? I hope not. I assure you, it's not something my selfish desire to meet with Mr. Sholm again. The trouble is, we have no idea of the man's address even, so how? It's Baker Street. How do you know that? It's in his stories as well. 221 Baker Street, the most famous address in the world. Oh, I see. Well, there's nothing to stop us going, I suppose. We better try to find a way there before Susato-san gets any more excited and unpredictable. Hurrah, I'll summon a carriage. So it's have a reunion already with the great detective, Mr. Herlock Sholmes.
What if he even lives there? If that's like an alias, address just for the stories. Alright. I can present the map. Let's investigate. Oh, I see. Assuming if I present, he'll actually comment.
Thank you again for this.
Don't mention it. I had someone at the yard fish it out for me, but in the end I didn't need it.
Oh?
Well, the case could hardly be simpler, could it? I don't need a map to work out what happened. You can throw it away when you're done with it.
Cold. Alright. Oh, that's not the menu I wanted to do. Sholmes' suite. Susato's so excited. Oh, it's animated. Oh, let's go. Those faces are so not drawn in detail, but that's fine.
Thank you very much. It's just up there overlooking the street. Good day.
Thanks again.
There we go. Looking a bit better.
This is it. The residence of Mr. Herlock Sholmes.
They all sound so British, even though they're from Japan. Hey, Solstice, thanks for the follow. Didn't realize I wasn't following. No, that's fine. All good. But yeah. Let's see. Sholmes is sweet. Oh, this looks exactly like it does in like so many films. Actually, you know what this reminds me of? What was it? Trucy Wright's studio or whatever in Apollo Justice. Like the layout's pretty similar. With the couches at least. Everything else I don't know.
So this is where the great detective makes his living. It feels surreal to be here somehow. Is it as described as in the stories, Mr. Sato? Sasato-san. Many famous guests have been solved here in this very room. Oh, I suppose they must have been, yes. I never read the story, so it's hard to get quite as excited about it as she seems to be. The detective chases the villain relentlessly as he disappears into the fog down an unlit London street. Oh, the thrill of it, the romanticism. Can't you feel your heart thumping in your chest? Can't you, Mr. Naruhodo? Oh, I suppose I can, yes. So if you don't mind, I'll just stand here and soak up the atmosphere for a while longer. Please don't mind me. She's obsessed.
It does have quite an atmosphere, actually.
Well, it looks like our detective friend isn't home at present. Excuse me, is anyone home? Oh, do we have a visitor? Oh, do we have a visitor?
Oh, it's her again.
Hello, is it a big new case for Mr. Sholmes? Hello. Wait, aren't you... Oh, how rude of me. I can make you some tea at once. I'm sure it's the same girl. Mr. Sato, do you see the girl who was just here? Oh yes, isn't it truly extraordinary? To think that the King of Bohemia came to this very room to ask Mr. Sholmes to take on his case. The King of Bohemia? King Wilhelm Grotterscheid Sigismund von Ormstein, of course. Sorry, I'm drawing a blank. Forget the adventures of Herlock Sholmes for a moment. Look over there.
Hello.
The tea's brewed, and a freshly baked cake as well. Ah, it's you. I knew it. Susato-san recognizes her. Sorry it wasn't a call.
No problem. Welcome. How are you doing today, Yakiko? What? Counter? What counter is this? What do you mean counter? Character?
I knew it.
Oh, chapter. This is case 4 of the first game. Chapter 4, episode 4, whatever you want to call it. I'm so used to calling it case, because that's what it's called in, yeah, in like all the previous games, we go like case 1, case 2, case 3, case 4, case 5, right? This one is called episodes. But yeah, I've made some good progress. Yeah, I'm surprised at how quickly it's going, honestly. I expect the last case is always going to be the longest one, of course, but I've managed to knock out every case in about 2 streams, which is... You know what, I was expecting them to be longer at this point, so... I actually won't be playing Great Ace Attorney 2 right after. I'm planning to take a break between the games. Just because, you know, they were 2 years apart, and I don't feel like doing it all at once. But yes, I've been really enjoying this game.
I knew it. Susato-san recognizes her too. Ah, there you are. And taking that with you as well. I was looking forward to the trial run of my experimental smoke grenade launcher.
They work together nicely as one game. Good to hear. But yeah, I will be definitely taking a bit of a break between the 2 games. I'll probably get to it early next year though. Because there's a few other games I want to hit up. So I'm not gonna do it all at once, effectively. But yes.
Oh, good day to you. I'm, well, the inventor, I suppose, of that machine. It's the girl who turned up at the end of Mr. McGilda's trial in the defendant's antechamber. I've never met a lawyer from the Far East before. Oh, you're having to get straight to work when you've only just arrived in London.
Oh, yes, it was challenging.
Well, try this tea. It's my special blend, you know.
Oh, thank you. Is tea supposed to look that color?
Oh my, what a fragrant yet mellow flavor. Hooray, it's a winner! I tried blending different leaves designed to alleviate fatigue, you know? You see?
I don't know if that's a good. Hang on.
And you have to be exhausted from your long voyage here. You have yet another ticklish trial tomorrow. Going you to defend a Japanese man. I do wish you lots and lots of luck.
Did Mr. Sholmes tell you? Oh,
Did Mr. Sholmes tell you about us by any chance?
Hurley. Hurley.
Oh, you know Hurley, do you?
Hurley, Mr. Sholmes to you, surely?
Mr. Sholmes was a fellow passenger aboard the boat that brought us here to Great Britain, you see. Was he really? Well, I had no idea. I'm afraid Hurley's out on an errand today. Even though he's just returned from overseas.
Wait a minute. We met this girl for the first time ever yesterday after the trial, and only briefly at that. How on earth does she know so much about us? Did she deduce all those things, you think?
And perhaps more to the point, why is she in Mr. Sholmes' suite? Oh, silly me. I haven't introduced myself, have I? It's a great pleasure to meet you both. My name's Iris Wilson.
Oh, Wilson. Okay. Also, Iris. What is this? AI the Somnium Files? We're already fucking getting Kagami in this game. The fucking bailiff and all the fucking bobby hats.
I live here together with Hurley.
Ah, Iris, is it? What a lovely name.
What?
What's the matter?
No, wait. This can't be. Did you say that your name is Wilson?
What's the matter with Susato-san? Why is she so flustered all of a sudden?
Yes, that's right. What are your names?
Oh, I'm Ryunosuke Naruhodo, lawyer from Japan.
Oh, sorry. I'm Mr. Naruhodo's judicial assistant, Susato Mitoba. Wanted to meet you. Lovely, Susie and Bruno.
Wait. Oh, Susie from Susato. Yeah, I get it. And Bruno from Ryunosuke. Like, do not. Okay, that's a really fucking big abbreviation.
Susie and Bruno. Got it. Susie?
And Bruno, there's more to this girl than meets the eye. I have so many questions for her, I don't know where to start.
I'm liking this character. I'm liking her.
Yes, and so do I.
Well, first of all, here's my lawyer's badge.
Iris, could I show you this?
Oh, how exciting. What is it? Tell me all about it.
Actually, I was hoping you might be able to tell me something about it, if anything comes to mind.
Why would it?
Well, no, I suppose it wouldn't.
Tell me. Want to hear everything.
This isn't going according to plan.
Okay. Iris!
It was you that we ran into yesterday, wasn't it? At the Old Bailey?
Yes, that's right. You're ever so helpful. Thank you so much. Oh no, not at all. I'm sorry we couldn't have been more welcoming.
Though at the time, we did have a rather large gun pointed at us.
Oh shit.
Like this. Oh, thinking back now, you left with Miss Lestrade in tow, didn't you?
Oh yes, that awkward witness, Kina Lestrade.
Oh, Kinney? Yes, she's a professional pickpocket.
So we found out.
It was very naughty of her to pin her invention like that.
Are you referring to that trial disrupting gun-like contraption?
Exactly, so I followed her, you see, to get it back. Perhaps I should think about fitting a self-destruction mechanism in my inventions.
This girl is dangerous.
Anyway, I brought Guinea back here after that, so she could apologize to my trusty technician.
Sorry, your technician?
Hurley, of course, silly. Hurley? Yep, Herlock Sholmes. We can live here together.
I had no idea the great detective had such an interesting young daughter.
daughter? Not likely.
What?
I wouldn't call him Hurley if he was my father, would I? Well then, what's your relationship with Mr. Shawns? Well, I expect you found out that lodgings of any kind in London are very expensive. So the solution is to share the cost with a partner, a roommate.
Your roommates?
You don't mind me asking, Iris, but how old are you?
Wait, does it? Can we find out already? We can. Holy shit, she's 10 years old. She has a degree in medicine and is the author of popular series of short stories. Yeah, okay, cool. She's a degree in medicine? What the fuck? At 10 years? Okay.
10 at last this year.
Well, what of your mother and father?
Oh no, they're not around.
Oh, I see. I wonder what the story is there. Wilson, yeah.
Oh yes, there's something I must ask you. Of course, go ahead, Susie.
I'm a great fan of the invention of Sherlock Holmes and...
Oh, you have a copy of Rand's magazine! You have a copy of Rand's magazine! Yes, I read every issue. It's delivered all the way to Japan on a ship. Oh, this is so exciting! My stories are being read on the other side of the world!
My stories?
That's right. Hurley is always solving such amazing cases, you see, and he tells me all about them. They really are quite fascinating. It'd be such a shame if I was the only one who ever heard of them, don't you think? Goodness! Last night, he was telling me all about a new case he just solved on a steamship traveling from a faraway land. So I was just in the middle of typing out the manuscript for the next issue before you came.
So you are the author?
Yes, I'll let you in a secret if you like. I'm going to call this later adventure The Speckled Pen.
That's certainly very familiar.
Of course, I have changed one or two layers in the stories here and there. This time, I had the idea of making a venomous snake be the cause of all the trouble.
Oh, that was Mr. Sean's first thought as well, actually.
Yes, and of course I know that a snake might not be credible for the fact of the case exactly, but... It's a story. Some poetic license is justified to make it more thrilling, I think, don't you?
Yeah, I figured.
So do you mean to say... all the stories of Mr. Sholmes that are published in the Rand's magazine? All written by me? Yes! My wonderful and very modern typewriter! But all the stories I've ever read are written by a doctor of medicine, Dr. John H. Wilson.
Sato's-san getting more and more worked up.
Oh yes, that's me. I mean, my name really is Wilson. But what about the doctor of medicine part? That's all true too. I am a doctor of medicine.
No. At 10 years old?
At 10 years old?
Well, that's quite incredible.
But...
Oh no! Her hopes and dreams are being ruined! No!
Dr. Wendell Wilson, distinguished Chelsea gentleman. Ah, yes. I did alter the setting slightly, for the stories to be more compelling. Oh. Well, it sounds a little strange, doesn't it? A great detective with a 10-year-old go in tow. I suppose it does, yes.
Poor Sato-san. She looks like her world has just fallen apart. Oh my god. About before.
Yes. What's on your mind, Bruno? Do tell me.
How'd you know? That I was a lawyer and we just arrived in London, I mean.
Yes. Oh, and that we have a difficult trial tomorrow. How'd you know all of that? Oh, that's what you mean. Please, tell us how you did it. Explain every detail. Of course, I'd be delighted. Although, there's really no mystery. Now, let's begin. Iris Wilson, proud to present her logic and reasoning spectacular.
Oh shit.
First of all, I already knew that you were a lawyer, Bruno. After all, I met you yesterday at the Old Bailey in the defendant's chamber.
But you also said we'd only arrived in London. How did you know that?
I observed the passport and a travel ticket protruding from your breast pocket.
Oh.
I was really confident that you must have only just arrived in the country. And on top of that, accepted a case against that particular prosecutor, telling me you were unaware of London's court affairs.
The Reaper of the Bailey? I walked right into that one, didn't I?
Then I noticed a red ink stamp on the back of Susie's hand. You were given that when you visited the local prison to meet with the suspect, weren't you? Earlier today.
Ah,
They use this stamp to keep a close eye on the comings and goings, you see.
I didn't realize.
And a red stamp is only used by people visiting foreign inmates. So that told me that even though you had only just yesterday concluded the trial of Magnus McGilbert, the two of you had already caused to visit a foreign inmate at the local prison. However, neither of you was wearing a particularly sad expression on your face, so I concluded that the person was unlikely to be your friend or relative. That led me to believe that you must have accepted a new case.
I see.
But how could you have known that the trial was tomorrow? Well, having barely seen home a few hours yesterday, Holly solved yet another case. It obviously amused him. He told me he caught a Japanese man who was bawling and trembling.
A Japanese man? Well, that clearly must have been.
Mr. Natsume. Now, who knows a fancy Japanese sword? And I think your outfit is called a kimono, isn't it, Susie? Well, anyway, it was quite clear to me that you'd both come from Japan yourselves. I put two and two together and decided you must be defending the Japanese man Holy Court. There was only one conclusion those facts would lead me to. You both came here to ask Holy about the case.
See, she actually does the deductions. That's fantastic. I like this. I'm liking this a lot. Okay, hold up 1 sec. I just need to organize something. Okay. Okay. Hold up. Let me get this on real quick. Okay. Please. Thank you. Okay. There we go. Okay.
There's a note on the mantelpiece that says the man's trial will be tomorrow. Earl's always stabbing his notes with a knife, you know. He is silly. And that's all there was to it, really. Thank you for listening. I'm Iris Wilson, and that was one of my great deductions. Well, was it a winner? Were my deductions correct?
They were spot on.
That was amazing, Iris. That was amazing, Iris. Truly a great deduction.
You even managed to discern something, Mr. Shawm's delivery.
Oh, well, I was just copying Early's style for that. This is really very good news. You could tell us all about the case involving the Japanese man. You will, won't you, Iris? Please.
Okay, so the Japanese man.
So yesterday, Mr. Shawm's apprehended a Japanese man, so you're saying?
Yes. Early had just arrived back in London after his sea voyage. The police were waiting for him at the railway station to take him directly to the crime scene.
Ah, the great detective is a popular man, it seems.
Apparently, a woman was stabbed on a quiet street somewhere in town. There were witnesses who had seen a short, shifty-looking, stooped man running away from the scene. A short, shifty-looking, stooped man. Mr. Natsume, beyond any doubt.
Soseki-san said that he didn't see anybody else on the street at all, but it seems there were witnesses after all.
Early uses great deductive powers to determine the man's address. There's a lodging room very nearby. He went directly there with the police, and what did they find? A short, shifty-looking, stooped man, shivering in fear.
Mr. Shawm's great deduction certainly hit the mark that time.
Of course it did. He's a great detective.
Still, that means the incident occurred only 2 days ago. Surely tomorrow is too soon for the trial, isn't it?
Definitely. We have no time to investigate properly. Early says that London is rife with crime.
Oh,
Scotland Yard is doing its best, but they can't stay on top of it, apparently.
oh dear.
I didn't realize the situation was so dire. That's why they can't afford to spend so much time investigating cases and trying the criminals in court. Staff and money are both short. Crimes are usually pinned on this first suspicion person. That's terrible. I suppose it's the harsh reality of the workings of the world's greatest justice center.
I suppose it is, but in that case, I don't hold out much hope for Soseki-san. Thank you for answering so many of our questions, Iris. This has been very informative.
Oh, you're most welcome. Had so much fun.
Do you happen to know where Mr. Sholmes is at the moment? As you guessed, we'd like to ask him some questions about this case as well.
Oh, well, I expect Hurley is still investigating the scene.
Of the case involving Mr. Natsume, you mean?
Yes, Mr. Nuts. Ume? Hurley said he was going to man the lodgings. If you leave now, you'll probably catch him there. Iris, do you know where those lodgings are? Well, I imagine the police are still investigating the scene of the crime themselves, aren't they? Did you happen to come across a detective by the name of Gregson while you were there?
Yes, we know Inspector Gregson.
Oh, goody. In that case, give Greg see this for me, would you? If you do that, I'm sure he'll tell you what you want to know.
What is this?
A 5-shilling piece and a postcard, it seems.
Iris's postcard has been entered into the court record.
It reads, tell the gentleman in black whatever he wants to know. I trust that won't be a problem. Gosh, this will make the inspector help us, will it?
Well, thank you, Iris. We'll give it a try.
Good luck then. I'm going to return to writing my manuscript, The Speckled Band. I'll be making more special blends of tea, so come back again soon. We'd be delighted. Thank you so much, Iris. Well, Mr. Nutterwaddle, it's back to the scene of the crime.
So, somewhat dubious they would make it... they would exert any influence over the men of Scotland Yard at all. We headed back to the scene of Iris's curious note, and one of the world's heaviest silver coins in hand.
Okay. I really like this. We finally got to like the first like proper investigation. It's a great feeling, actually. Well, we have plenty of time tonight, so I'm gonna continue. Wait, it's only what? 8 o'clock? Yeah. I'm gonna go to like 9, 10 o'clock, so I've got like, I can play for like another hour or two. Briar Road.
Looks as though the police are still here, carrying on with their investigation.
Perfect. So let's go find Inspector Gregson as quickly as possible.
Yes, and let's see if he'll take a break from his chips to look at the silver tip Iris gave us for him.
Converse. It's gonna be all the same, I think. I do appreciate that it does actually check when you've investigated something. It means I don't have to, like, bother investigating everything, you know?
Inspector Gregson, do you have a moment?
I'm sorry to
say I don't. I'm a very busy man. Too busy to talk to a pair of foreign gadabout, that's for sure.
We have these for you. A present from Miss Iris Wilson.
What? For me? From a ladyship?
Her ladyship?
Give that here. At once. Come on, hand it over. That's for me.
Don't wait for me to give it to you, will you? What was that coin exactly?
It's a silver crown, obviously. There's a lot more than that. It's, well... It's an appearance fee, that's what it is.
Appearance fee? Oh, I see. You mean...
That's right. For the adventures of our Loch Charms. The ladyship always offers me a little financial reward for featuring me every time.
Yes, of course. I know about all your experts, Inspector. Read them avidly.
Of course. I use my name without my say, so it does make me the butt of all was a joke. But still.
I'm sorry, Inspector. That must be difficult for you.
Never mind you that. No. What do you want to know then, eh?
Sorry?
Tell the gentleman in black whatever he wants to know. I trust it won't be a problem. It says. Well, obviously it's not a problem. Go on my way. What do you want to know?
Well, if you wouldn't mind, Inspector, we'd very much like to know the address of Mr. Natsume's lodgings.
The little knife-wielding, mustached Japanese fellow. He lives on a right old oval. It's over there, look. Right over there, look.
Oh, it's right here.
On the first floor of that house in the corner where that wreck of a bicycle's propped up.
That is nearby indeed.
If I remember rightly, the landlord is a Mr. John Garrett. Right, well, if you see her again, make sure you give her ladyship my regards, you hear? I mean it, you tell her. Her Gregson sends his very best wishes.
Don't worry, Inspector. We will.
Goodbye for now, then. And long live her ladyship.
Well, at least he told us what we wanted to know before he left.
Yes. So, shall we go in and see what we can find in Mr. Natsume's lodgings?
Definitely.
Okay. I really like the little, like, the dynamic between a lot of the characters going on here, I will say. Oh, okay. Everything's okay. God, this game's so fucking good. All the characters have so much character. Really. Oh god. I'm having so much fun with this game. I really am. Alright, let's go in then. I don't think there's much to examine, because I've already examined it. I imagine the dialogue's gonna be the same. Yeah. Okay. Move in, we shall. New location has been added. He was here the entire time. Well, this is an interesting lodgings. Okay. Hello.
May I help you?
Ah, yes, this will be the residence. Will this be the residence of Mr. John Garrideb?
Indeed it would, sir. And who may I say is calling?
My name is Ryunosuke Naruhodo. I am.
Mr. Naruhodo is representing Mr. Soseki Natsume. I believe he takes lodgings here. We would very much like to ask him some questions about our client. Oh! One moment, please. I shall convey the message to Mr. Garrideb.
Did you see that, Mr. Sato? That was a real-life English maid.
Say no. As I understand it, anyone of standing in English society employs a number of household staff. But that's the first time I've ever seen one in the flesh. Oh, this day just keeps getting better.
It certainly feels like we've really arrived now, doesn't it?
We don't need to meet a butler and the experience will be complete.
Well, I'm not sure if I'd go that far, but I understand the sentiment. The first butler we meet is gonna be fucking Hosonaga, watch.
Thank you for waiting. Mr. Garrett, I will see you now. This way.
Oh, hello. This played in one of the opening cutscenes for it.
It looks like a medal of honor. Let's showcase a very proud banner.
Yes, it's a blade with pride, I would say. Although it bothers me that it's not straight.
What? That old thing?
Sorry.
I should be glad to see the back of it. But the general would turn and describe if I disposed of it. The walls there's a great place for it. Keeps the bally thing out of my way.
It's just been polished on by accident, I suppose.
There appears to be an inscription of the medal itself. Oh, let me see. It says, for distinguished participation.
It sounds like the kind of honors even I could be in line for.
Well, one doesn't like to blow one's own trumpet, but I was given that for my time in the army. Can't measure an officer by the number of medals to his name, of course, common knowledge in military circles.
I don't see Sholmes anywhere. Interesting, there's a can on the floor. What is that doing there? That's a full-size cannon! What's it doing in here?
Oh my, it's real. I thought it might be a replica.
That old thing? Ah, that's little more than a toy.
Sorry?
The army was selling it off when I retired, so I decided to give it a new home. They never know when the enemy might attack next. Really useful to have a cannon in the back of the house.
Really? It isn't overkill?
Be prepared, I always say. You never know what this twisted world is going to throw at you next, boy.
Do you think there might be trouble brewing, Mr. Garradeb?
Always is. Take Joe on here. Never fails to have a clean apron in reserve. Dries them once over the barrel, you see. They dry very well on the cannon there. John tells me, which rather proves my point, I feel.
It's been reduced to a drying rack. No wonder the huge cannon looks like it's hanging its head in shame. Uniform. That uniform looks fairly ancient, doesn't it?
It's clearly been well looked after, though.
That old thing? Bah, not much better than rags, really. Oh, that ceremonial garb at my retirement bash, you know? But I'm not one for dwelling in the past, see? Would have you gladly thrown up, but you know how it is. Anyway, doesn't it have the old piece of memorabilia lying around, does it?
Oh, I see.
Perhaps we should leave this in the past. I know I'm not actually introducing myself to him, I'm just investigating everything first. Surprisingly, not too much to investigate in this game. Are those mortar shells? They're enormous!
I didn't notice. What are they doing here?
Those old things couple of little lounds I accidentally fired into the barracks during training, you know. Became a bit of a colourful regiment folklore, that's it.
You mean you deliberately hunted out the spent shells?
Well, I wouldn't say deliberately exactly. The only scrap iron after all, usually just thrown away, I believe. But you never know when things might come in useful, do you?
Useful for what exactly?
Yes, well. Joan here did manage to knock one of the bally things on my foot the other day while she was dusting.
I know.
I'm trying to see it since 1869 before then, you know?
Have you reconsidered throwing them away? That's funny.
Look at that enormous screen. Must have been put there deliberately, surely.
Yes, it certainly seems like someone's trying to hide something from view. What could be behind it, I wonder?
I'm going to have a very quick look. Just a little peek.
Maybe let's not, Mr. Sato. I think the maid is going to head us off with a cup of tea. That portrait of Mr. Garradeb is glaring at me, I swear.
Have you noticed that all the little frames contain photographic prints of Mr. Garradeb as well?
Yes, and there seems to be a statue of a lion on the mantelpiece as well.
Ah, yes, seemed to come back from the local prawn broker.
Prawn broker. Yes, he deals in prawns. Would you like a prawn? A prawn dish? Prawn sushi?
Ah, yes, seemed to come back from the local pawn broker with that little trinket.
Seemed to come back? What do you mean?
The chap pulled around the place. The barley wizard went in to sell him something and came out with that thing. In point of fact, now that I think about it, I rather often found myself leaving the place with something I don't need.
Oh, I know what I meant. Suddenly does seem surplus to requirements.
Sada-san doesn't pull punches, or throws for that matter. God, I really like the dialogue in this game. What is that on the floor there? I don't know what it is. I was kind of half expecting, like, Shoals to be just hanging off from here or something.
Oh, look. What a wonderful collection of cakes lined up on that gleaming silver cake stand.
Lined up. It looks more like someone has half demolished them to me.
Afternoon tea is the time of indulgence, you know. It is quite the English way. It is Mr. Garradeb's custom to take 2 cakes with his tea. That sounds delightful.
Oh, wait a minute though. There are at least 10 cakes on this cake stand.
Well, naturally, I never do to waste the leftovers. So whatever Mr. Garradeb does, I say to myself, John, you should have to tidy up.
How magnanimous of you.
candle piece. It looks just like Beauty and the Beast.
This old candle holder looks a little out of place here, wouldn't you say?
Yes, you're right. It's clearly supposed to be gold, but it's almost completely black for some reason.
That old thing, yes. Just a cheap piece of ironmongery. Gimcrack, really.
Oh,
Used it when I was studying, don't you know? For my commission. I was old, hardly worth hanging on to really, but well, so as it's useless sometimes.
Of course.
Does everything in this room have some elaborate story behind it?
They're memories, Mr. Naruhodo. Memories.
Yeah. Guys are really sentimental, I guess. Lots of broken memorabilia. Yeah, it looks.
look at this crockery on display here. It's rather unusual, isn't it?
Oh my, a genuine London dresser. Isn't it delightful? Although the shelves seem to be broken. And the crockery is, oh dear, it's in pieces.
It really is. The world's cracked. Wouldn't do that something justice. That
Trying to wear justice. Okay. Oh, hold on.
Ah, I wonder. Perhaps the cannon was fired at it.
yes, probably something like that. Let's not delve too deeply here.
Oh, it doesn't actually comment on it. That's the end of it. That's the curtain on the window, I think.
This window looks out over Briar Road, where the young woman was attacked.
Oh yes, I can make out the policeman on the far side of the road investigating the crime scene.
The glass is rather murky, isn't it? You can't see very clearly.
Does the thing open at all, I wonder?
Oh, you shouldn't underestimate the bitterness of a London winter, sir.
Sorry.
As soon as you open that window, the tea will freeze in the pot. No London will ever go opening windows at dusk in the middle of winter, I assure you.
It's very unlikely that these two would have seen anything of the incident then.
I think I've investigated everything, although I can't actually interact with that. Oh, wait, actually, can I investigate the fireplace? The cane, perhaps. No, that's just him.
Good day to you, John Garrett, about your service.
Pleased to meet you, sir. This is Ryunosuke Naruhodo. He's a defense lawyer.
Oh, excuse me not getting up. Took a shot to the knee after... I took an arrow to the knee a few years back in the Battle of Maiwan, don't you know? I earned a medal for my pains, but I had to withdraw from service, handed over the reins to the up-and-comings.
She's a retired soldier.
Hell of a job getting up and downstairs, I can tell you. Don't get out much, as you can imagine.
Yes, it's quite a climb up here to the second floor, isn't it? I was panting at the top of these stairs.
Oh, you must take my exercise, Mr. Naruhodo.
Do you think so?
Oh, Mr. Garadeb. No doubt you are very courageous to earn yourself a medal.
Oh, it was nothing. It was just a photo, really. Would like to offend the general, though, so I grudgingly displayed it on the wall. Why don't you fetch it down, John? Let these good people sit properly. John, fetch it.
Holy shit.
Dash it, old woman, be careful.
Oh, dear me. I do beg your pardon, sir.
You thought I nearly took the skin off my hands.
I shall be more careful, sir.
So anyway, there you have it, living the quiet life now.
Yes, I see.
Now then, I hear you want to know about the chap lodging downstairs, is that right?
Yes, we would be very grateful if you could answer some questions for us.
Only to please, naturally. Especially it helps keep the peace here in Blight. We forged an alliance with the Empire of Japan, as I'm sure you're aware. So this case is very much in the public eye, as it were.
Oh, is it?
Even had some famous detective poking around, you know? In this old house, would you believe?
Yes. Mr. Herlock Sholmes.
Could have been. Didn't catch the chap's name. Not really my cup of tea or that detective business.
Oh, but you have a copy of Franz magazine here, sir.
No.
Anyway, the chap's investigating the foreigner's room as we speak.
So it's in Soseki-san's room.
It's bally nuisance is what it is. I'll never want to touch it, scholars now. Don't like all this fuss. It's jolly unsettling.
About Mr. Anatomy then, Mr. Garrido. Please tell us.
Oh, yes, the Japanese chop. Only been lodging here for a week.
Oh, just 1 week. So moved here in very recently then?
Two lodges most of the time. One on the ground, one on the floor, one just below us. The first floor room became available a week ago, you see. The big...
Oh god.
Gosh, it, John, do be careful.
Oh my goodness, I'm terribly sorry, sir. If you want to know my opinion, I thought he was a shady sort from the moment I set eyes on him.
Oh, why?
He seemed to have the most nervous disposition, always shaking and looking over his shoulder. The man had shades which across his sweat-soaked brow, if you ask me. I said to myself, Joan, that man is trouble. Sooner or later he's going to do something untoward. And I'm rarely wrong about anything.
We won't be calling this maid as a witness, that's for sure. Was there anything else that struck you as suspicious about the man at all?
Yes, oh yes, indeed there was.
And she's dying to tell us. Had you noticed anything about your lodger, Mr. Natsume? Oh, Mr. Natsume?
Oh my word, yes! The man was much shadier than an orchid.
Could you elaborate?
Well, take the man's room, absolutely stuffed full of books it is, more than anyone could ever read. He never so much as passes the time of day with another living soul. I haven't seen a single visitor go on. He just trots off in the little bookshop every single day, comes back at 5 to light the gas fire. And the funny little man is a long part up clock past then, and everyone else in the house are going to bed too.
Oh, I see.
The gentleman on the ground floor goes to bed at around 9 each night. But I've never known that Japanese fellow to retire earlier than 2 in the morning.
Oh. Could you clarify something, I wonder?
What, pray?
How do you know so much about Mr. Natsume's routine?
Oh!
I'd understood that neither of the lodgers live on this floor of the house. Is that correct?
That's right, yes, they're at us. On the first floor, street level.
He's getting nervous.
Then, how is it that you know so much about the lives of their lodgers?
The precise times that they come back in the evening, for example, and the time to go to bed.
Good grief, John, be careful, be more careful, one.
Oh my goodness, sir, I'm terribly sorry, sir.
Something doesn't add up here. Didn't even answer. It seems that the incident took place at around 5 in the evening. Did you happen to look out the window at the time, around that time?
The window?
Yes, we noticed that the window over there looks out over Briar Road. The incident took place on the pavement just on the far side of the street. Was there anyone suspicious loitering nearby?
5 o'clock is dinner time in the Garrett household. So I'm afraid I don't remember seeing anything. How about you, John?
No, sir. It would have been dusk outside already at that time. And with the fog as well, I should think it would have been quite impossible to see the other side of the road.
Oh, I see.
Did you notice anything else out of the ordinary then?
Such as?
Anything at all, even if it seems unrelated.
Wow.
Yes, was there something then?
Or something particularly significant, but it's around that sort of time again. There. For the love of God, John, what you doing?
Dear me, what have I done? I'm awfully sorry, sir.
Do be more careful, woman.
Of course, sir. I may, Mr. Narrow-Hollow.
Yes?
I have an exceedingly good memory, as far as I remember. Nothing of any significance took place here at that hour. Nothing at all.
Really? Mr. Garrett, when we were talking before, it sounded rather like there might have been.
Oh, well, as I was saying, it was a trifling matter, nothing of... Don't Ashton, what is the matter with you, woman?
Begging your pardon, sir. Nothing happened.
Yes, quite.
I wonder if, yeah.
I mean, sat down to a quite uneventful meal.
That's right, Mr. Garadab.
What is the matter with these two?
It sounds like something happened here in the room on this evening. On the evening of the incident. But what?
I wish I knew.
Mr. Natsume's room.
Could you tell us which floor Mr. Natsume's room is on?
Why, certainly. Just stood below us on the first floor.
And Mr. Sholmes is investigating there even as we speak.
Yes, told me not his name. Had asked him to look into the matter, so I gave him the key.
Mr. Natsume has engaged with Mr. Sholmes' services.
That's a blatant lie. Would it be a Friday if we also had to look away? In Mr. Natsume's room, I mean.
Okay, why not? Just down the flight of stairs.
Who knows if we find anything that can help us in the case, but we'll have to try. We need all the clues we can lay our hands on, shall we?
Yes, and while we're there, we can speak with Mr. Sholmes again. Perhaps he'll be able to tell us more.
Alright. Let's head down. I think that's everything. Alright. Let's move around. Mr. Natsume's room. Natsume Soseki. God, that's so fucking funny. Still.
There's a cat. Cat spotted. What?
Oh, Sean's like hanging off on the right there. I bet. I fucking what?
Just look at this place. And smell it. It's so musty in here. I suppose it's the mountains of old books that are responsible for that.
I don't think I've ever seen so many books in my life.
No, me neither.
It's so dark in here, too. Is that the window over there?
Well, it was the window, I think, yes. Once upon a time. But for some reason, it's been closed up with bricks and mortar. So this is where Mr. Natsume lives.
By the way, I haven't spotted Mr. Sholmes anywhere. Have you?
No, that's true. But according to Mr. Garadeb told us, the great detective should be around here somewhere investigating.
I don't see him anywhere either. He must be underneath all the books. In that case, I bet. No music here, so enjoy my voice. Investigate this.
Oh, look, it's a beckoning from a cat home. A cat from home.
It's a bit big and bulky, surely, isn't it?
Oh, it's a maneki neko. Yeah. I think that's what they call them. Maneki neko. Yes, it is. It's exactly what they call them. Always useful to have a dictionary right here, I suppose.
It's a bit big and bulky, isn't it? Surely Mr. Natsume didn't bring that maneki.
Oh wait, it literally just says right here. I didn't even read the fucking. If I'd read this fucking dialogue box, I wouldn't have had to search it up. That's so funny.
Wouldn't bring that maneki neko all the way from Japan with him.
I hardly think you're in a position to comment, Mr. Naruhodo. Are you forgetting the enormous Darumazo that you brought with you in your luggage?
Well, it can be dangerous traveling abroad. I wanted a lucky charm.
Well, I mentioned Mr. Natsume wanted the same, and this cat is surely sure to beckon good luck to him.
It's not doing a very good job so far, is it?
You mustn't say such things.
I didn't say a word. Why are my eyes such a giveaway? This appears to be some sort of meter on the wall here. This appears very robust. I wonder what it's for. There's a slot for inserting coins here too.
Ah, I believe that is a gas meter, Mr. Naruhodo.
A gas meter?
Yes, it seems there's pipe gas from this district. which consumers pay for putting coins in the meter, So if it's putting a coin in the slot, that'd be enough gas to use the lights and gas for the fire the whole night.
So if you're too poor to have a coin, you'd have to spend the night in the dark and freezing cold.
That's right. As would a rich man who'd only carry crisp white notes.
Ugh, London is a scary place. Speaking of nickel, look at all these books stacked up there. They almost reach the ceiling.
They're all works of English literature, and they all smell so musty.
With this volume of books hand to hand, you'd never be short of reading material, would you?
No, but what a dreaming idea.
A bad dream, maybe. For me, at least. Mind you, I don't imagine that the book at the bottom of this pile will ever be read again.
So reading is an experience that comes but once in a lifetime, just as a tea ceremony teaches us.
I certainly didn't expect the conversation to turn down the path of tea ceremony philosophy.
That desk seems to be wedged into a crevice between the mountains of books on either side.
I suppose Mr. Natsume would sit there and read while he's stroking his cat. But surrounded on all sides by these towering old tomes, surely he dreamt of books every night as well.
Yes, he must have done, mustn't he? Oh, what's this? It's a receipt from a second-hand bookshop. Your books.
Oh yes, Mr. Natsume's name on it. Look. And the date of the purchase. 2 days ago at 4:45 p.m.
That's the day of the incident. That's a short while. That's just a short while before he was embroiled in the terrible attack. Must have been on his way back from buying some old books.
Okay. And the cat?
Meow. Oh my, what an adorable little cat. Perhaps he's looking after all the books while his master's away.
I don't know about that. He's disappeared into that pile of books as quick as a flash. It was a tricolor Mike, wasn't it? Do they even have that sort of cat here in Great Britain?
Perhaps Mr. Natsume brought the little creature with him from Japan.
That's made me feel homesick now.
Already? I've only been in the country for 2 days.
Okay. Oh, hello. You weren't here before. I know I looked there before.
Ah! Mr. Shom. Look, Mr. Naruhodo.
Aha, there he is. Where did he appear from?
He seems to be engrossed in the page of an old book. I hope you won't mind if we disturb him. Hello, Mr. Sholmes.
You two. Good day. Now, let me see. Where was it that we met?
Oh, Mr. Sholmes, we once again on the nurse's burial.
Yes, of course, the burial. Let me see. What happened on that voyage? It was Kazuma Asogi. He died tragically, but you were a great help to us. Yes, but of course, the case of Mr. Asogi. He was one with the snake, wasn't he?
Oh.
Well, you seem to remember something of it at least.
What an honor to be remembered vaguely by the great Sherlock Show.
To be remembered vaguely. Yes, because that's exactly what we want. A vague recollection from the world's greatest detective. Okay. Let me get my headphones back on. Hold up. Okay.
This is Mr.
Oh, no, my dear madam. Hold your tongue. I pride myself on my superior powers of recollection. Your names are safely recorded in my brain attic. Miss Naruhodo. And Mr. Susato. Try the other way around, Mr. Sholmes. I lose the first round.
I've forgotten what voice I did for this guy. Holy shit.
In truth, I had hoped to invite you both to my Baker Street suite the day we arrived in London, but some Scotland Yarders ambushed me at the railway station and whisked me back to a crime scene. It was an entirely trivial case, of course. I solved the matter in no more than 30 minutes. So the apprehended Soseki-san in that short amount of time. I'm afraid the pursuance of a new case has dulled my recollection of my past involvements a little. A little? It is a mistake to think of that one's brain acting as an elastic walls, and can distend to any extent. I do my best to forget useless facts, lest they should elbow out of the useful ones. Yes, those are my own words of inimitable. Yes, those are my own words of inimitable wisdom. You know, from an adventure entitled A Study in Scarlet. Please, there's no need to quote yourself. I don't always remember my pearls of wisdom, but fortunately, my associate pens them beautifully. He means Iris, I suppose.
Mr. Sholmes, we have some extremely important questions to ask about the trivial case you just mentioned.
Goodness, what an earnest expression! My dear madam, I should only be too pleasured. Please, this murky room is an apt place to discuss the murky case.
Hello. I'm guessing examining is just going to be the same for everything for the most part. I don't think, yeah, Sholmes probably isn't going to comment on anything. Cool. Alright. Hello, sir. Mr. Natsume's arrest.
We know this to be the lodgings of a Japanese foreign student by the name Soseki Natsume. It seems that you assisted in his arrest, Mr. Sholmes, for the stabbing of a young woman outside here on Briar Road.
Natsume. Yes, I believe it was a name of rather along those lines.
But Mr. Natsume denies it. Was it really justifiable to arrest him on so little?
I'm sorry, Mr. Sato.
Hold up.
But I have not the slightest idea what you mean.
What?
I can't believe he was looking at Susa-san squarely in the eye while feigning ignorance. I assure you, I'm not merely feigning ignorance. It would appear as if the pair of you are under some misapprehension. How?
I assure you have no recollection of accusing your stupid compatriot of the crime, but that doesn't make sense.
The good detective Scotland Yard made the following request of me, and I quote verbatim. We need you to ascertain the identity and whereabouts of a man seen fleeing the crime scene.
A man seen fleeing.
There were a number of books scattered on the pavement at the scene.
From the book plates, I was quickly able to determine the bookshop from where they had been purchased.
On speaking with the proprietor, I was immediately led to this address. Elementary, wouldn't you say?
I believe there's a receipt around here somewhere from the establishment in question. So you don't think Mr. Natsume is a culprit then?
That I could not tell you. But it was aggravating my faculties, hence why I returned here. However, this place is such a trove of fascinating books. I found myself quite lost in bibliography. Do not be deceived into believing that I'm a man of leisure. No, no, no.
Oh dear.
Interesting. Okay, well he didn't actually arrest him on false claims. He actually got here from reasonable deductions this time.
Tell me. Have you encountered the landlord of these lodgings?
Yes, Mr. Garrett, a retired military man.
It was the first time I've ever met a soldier from the great British institution that is services.
It was the first time I've ever met a maid from the great British institution that is service.
I didn't think it was that funny. I do apologize. As you may well be aware, many households in London employ a maid.
Yes, I read as much in my Great Britain primer.
And so conversely, whether or not household employees maid has come to betoken the societal standing betoken their social standing, sorry? Put simply, my dear fellow, those who employ at least a single maid are considered middle class. Those who not are beneath that, in the upper echelons of society, of course. Households employ enough stuff to constitute a large family.
Goodness, how extraordinary.
As you can appreciate, for those on the precarious boundary between the middle and lowest classes, being able to afford just one maid is of the first importance. I had no idea. And it's for precisely that reason, I find great stimulation in the situation upstairs, specifically in the retired army veteran, Mr. John Garrigan. Oh? Affable as he is, the fellow is hiding something. Whether or not he imposes on the circumstances of this case, as I am as yet unable to ascertain. I'm thoroughly lost in what he means to say. This room is thoroughly suffocating for the soul, my dear fellow. I assure you, any man whose lot is to dwell in a place such as this will stab somebody sooner or later.
Mr. Nutmere stabbed no one.
But sooner or later, as I said.
I don't believe that's the issue here.
About this dark little room, Mr. Sholmes. Why is there no longer a window? Do you have any idea? No window? Well, I mean, I can clearly say that there is a window of sorts. But it's completely blocked with bricks. I see. The answer to that question is quite simple. Window tax. Window tax? What is that?
Surely, not a tax on windows.
Precisely that.
Oh my goodness.
Until relatively recently, a tax was levied on households in this country by the number of their windows. Those of lesser means, having inherited a sizable, costly family home, perhaps rapidly closed windows up, while the rich opened windows here, there, and everywhere. In an effort to curry favor with those in power by furnishing them with large sums of tax money.
How awful and unjust, forcing people to live in rooms devoid of light.
Indeed, disease was rife as a result. Some 40 years ago, or thereabouts, the window tax was abolished. But its legacy remains, as you can see, in squalid lodgings such as these, for example. I suppose Mr. Natsume's stipend for living here in London isn't very generous, perhaps. It would appear so. I've done a little digging, and discovered that these lodgings were offered at an extraordinarily low price.
Because the room's so awful, I should think.
Apparently, Mr. Natsume only moved here in about 1 week ago. Yes, that's correct. However, I don't believe the low rent is explained by the shabby nature of the accommodation. Oh? Still, that is of little relevance here. A matter not worthy of further attention. Are you sure? I'm curious now. Well, I believe I've told you all I can now.
Thank you, Mr. Sholmes.
Ah yes, Mr. Naruhodo. Was it not in your intention to become a practitioner of law?
You remember that, did you?
Will you perhaps be offering your services in this very matter, I wonder, to the occupant of this room, Mr. Natsume, was it?
I'm not sure.
Not sure? On what grounds?
Well, I actually defended someone in court here only yesterday.
Really? Well then, I congratulate you, sir, on an ambition realized, and properly too.
The thing is, it's really made me question things. Am I right to believe in my clients? To trust in their innocence?
Yes. Trust.
Mr. Sholmes, Mr. Natsume didn't do it, did he?
My dear fellow, I haven't the first idea.
Oh, but I thought that's why you were here. Didn't you come back to investigate?
Ah, yes, that was indeed my initial intention. But there are simply too many fascinating books here. I couldn't possibly ignore them. I see. Nevertheless, there are two facts that I can state quite unequivocally. The man who fled the scene of the crime 2 days ago was the Japanese occupant of this room, and there are witnesses who swear to have seen the same man commit the crime. That is all I can say. Ah, and one more thing.
Oh, what is it, Mr. Sholmes? Tell us.
I cannot say with certainty whether or not it is of relevance of this case, but I am quite sure that the retired army man who owns this property is hiding something.
Mr. Garadeb is? Mr. Sholmes said as much before, actually, didn't he?
Anyway, at present, that's all that plays on my mind in relation to this case.
Mr. Naruhodo, as yet our investigations haven't covered nothing that can help establish Mr. Nasume's innocence.
No, you're right. Perhaps it's time we probed a little deeper into Mr. Garadeb's secret. Just remember, I cannot be sure whether the landlord's secret will prove to be of relevance or not. But I wish you every success, of course, Mr. Naruhodo.
Busy man indeed. He's gone back to his book in the corner of the room. Wait, is he still there? Oh my god, he is. Excuse me, Mr. Sholmes.
Yes, so true. To be or not to be. That is indeed the question, Mr. Naruhodo.
To be or not to be brushed off, that is the question. And the answer's all too clear.
Let's leave Mr. Sholmes in peace, shall we?
Oh man, this fucking guy. This fucking guy. Alright. Oh fuck. I'm really enjoying this game. Okay. Let's head off then. Hold up. Hold up. Let me get my headphones back on, because I took them off briefly. Ah, fuck. I'm sorry I have to do this so often. Hold on. Okay. Okay. One moment. I can do this. Don't worry. I'm not struggling to put my headphones on. I promise. They're on now. Okay. So, Mr. Garadeb. February, Mr. Garadeb's room.
Oh, you peregrine! Tell me, what was the detective chap, I forget his name, still hard at work down there?
Mr. Herlock Sholmes?
Oh, yes, rings a vague bell. Well, that detective business isn't really my thing, I'm afraid.
Well, Mr. Sholmes is in his element down there.
Jolly good show. Another cup of tea, if you please, John.
Oh god, I didn't even get time to...
For the umpteenth time, woman, would you watch what you valley well doing?
I shall be serving dinner shortly, sir.
Oh, yes, of course. Frightfully rude of me, but I'm afraid I shall have to ask you to take your leave if you'd be so kind.
Oh, yes, of course. We're deeply grateful for all your assistance.
Not at all, not at all. Don't get much of a chance to with young foreigners like yourselves. Been a pleasure. Best of luck and all that. Perhaps you could see yourselves out.
According to Mr. Sholmes, Mr. Garadeb is hiding something. And since no other avenues of investigation are open to us at the moment, perhaps we should do some digging. Digging in what sense? I guess moving around, right? Shom Sweet, perhaps. I don't think so. Actually, I don't think so. Also, I didn't examine anything in here, did I? There must be so much to comment on now I think about it.
What on earth is this huge over-the-top machine?
That's me. That's a great analyzoscope. Can analyze anything. Really, anything at all. That's absolutely incredible. It's one of Hurley's inventions. Took him a whole year. He said it was to help him with his investigations. What sort of things has he analyzed with it? Do you know? Well, actually, he hasn't used it for anything yet. Oh.
God, this game is really fucking charming.
Why not?
Apparently, on the evening he finally completed it, it suddenly occurred to him. I don't actually have anything I need to analyze.
Oh dear.
How about you, Luna? Bruno, you have anything you'd like to analyze?
The only thing that springs to mind is this machine itself.
Well, the violin is analyzable.
I've seen pictures of a Western musical instrument like this. It's called a violin, isn't it?
Of course it is. Of course it is. Mr. Shroms is renowned for his violin playing.
Oh really?
That's right. I just sort of slipped that in.
You did what, Iris?
I didn't really give it a lot of thought. I just started adding it into the stories.
Yes, Mr. Strom's exceptional violin playing has been mentioned a number of times.
The truth is, Hurley has barely touched a violin in his life up to that point.
Oh,
Of course, people started asking to play for them after my stories were published, and he wasn't able to tell them that he didn't know how.
what did he do?
He went straight to the pawn shop and bought himself a very nice violin. And he practiced until his fingers very nearly dropped off.
Must be why he's so highly strung.
Before I knew it, he'd become rather good. The greatness of the great detective really shone with the experience, I think.
It was a great deception, that's for sure. Truly, deception.
There's all sorts of these shelves. Chemistry apparatus, books, papers, and lots of things I've never seen before. It's all heaped up so high, I can't help feeling that the whole lot is going to topple at any moment.
I keep telling Hurley not to cram so much on those shelves.
Good advice.
I went to look something up in one of those books a while ago. But it was so tightly wedged in, he couldn't get it out. So he went and bought a new copy instead.
Oh my god. I wonder if there's an achievement for inspecting everything in Sholmes' suite. Like, boss's office and AI the Somnium Files. Probably not. It doesn't seem like there's actually that much to investigate. It's just like the occasional thing.
It looks like that huge metal chest is being used as a table for tea and coffee. It seems very sturdy with an equally sturdy lock.
Mr. Maruano, you mustn't go around opening things. I always have to keep an eye on you, don't I? You're very mischievous.
How did you come to that conclusion?
Ooh, that chest contains some of the most valuable things.
And that smile tells me you're not going to give us any clue about what they are.
Are you to the right here? Ah, yes you are. Okay.
I do like this fireplace. It's one of the best things I've seen since we arrived in the country, in fact. Lying beside the fire and watching the flames flicker and dance in the grate. Ah, it's so relaxing.
We can't relax. Not when there are so many interesting things on the mantelpiece. Oh, it's just as what is described in the stories.
It is?
Yes, exactly. Inside the Persian slipper, for example. Are my chocolates for 11 cents? And transfixed by that large jackknife. It's my shopping list for the market.
Oh my god. She's so sad!
Oh, it's not quite how I remember it being described in the Adventures of Sherlock Holmes.
Poor Sasato-san, she looks crushed.
I like the spin on everything.
A mystery shoe, a curious hammer, some mysterious dancing man. The boss of Napoleon. Ah, what an entrancing collection.
This is the first time in my life that I've seen a lonely old shoe displayed as an ornament.
Oh, those are all mementos that Hurley's collected from his past cases.
Really? Even the bus?
Yes, that's right. When the mood takes him, he likes to throw it on the floor and smash it to dust.
The poor defenseless Emperor, Mr. Sholmes, destroys it.
Yes, and then he buys a new one.
Make it sound like he has the temperament of an insane sculptor.
How entrancingly bohemian of him.
Oh, the fluff dialogue in this game is so fucking good.
What a beautiful English tea set, and so neatly arranged.
It's a favorite pastime of mine, a cup of horrible tea in the afternoon. Tea made of herbs. That's right, I grow all sorts of herbs in the garden, so I can experiment with different blends. One moment, don't go away. I pour a pot of the special blend I came up with earlier today. That's rhymed.
She looks delighted. I only hope it's safe to drink.
Ah, that's my blackboard where I note down ideas.
Black Peter. What does that mean?
Wait. Wait, what?
Ooh, how intriguing. Must be the title of Iris's latest work.
Oh, they were reading what was on the blackboard. My bad. I was like, she said blackboard, not Black Peter. What do you mean? No, okay, gotcha.
Oh my, I wonder what fantastic tale awaits us.
Susato's son looks like an angel, but I bet she's dreaming of the most grisly crime you could imagine.
It's a case that Hurley solved just recently. A black cat called Peter went missing in the neighborhood. Hurley tracked it down at the fishmonger's in the end. Well, I can't wait for the story to be published.
Oh my god, this is so much fun. I can't investigate anything. What about this?
What on earth is that big black lump over there?
Ah, that's a typewriter. It's a machine that allows you to write on paper without needing a pen. And it's wizardly quickly too.
Oh, that sounds like it'd be very useful for someone like me with terrible handwriting.
Wait, Iris, all the stories from the Adventures of Sherlock Holmes. Yes, everyone typed on this trusty machine. Oh my goodness! How wonderful!
Susato's son looks like she's been shown into the Tokyo Imperial Palace Garden.
Oh, that's funny.
Iris is hard at work at her desk. Look, she's tapping away on her typewriter so fast her fingers are a blur.
Sorry, I can't stop. I have to meet the deadline for the next issue.
I see. You must be very busy then.
Don't disturb her. Don't disturb her, Mr. Naruhodo.
I won't. So lower your arms now, please.
I think that's everything actually. No, this is the fucking medicine.
That's a charming little white shelf, and full of charming little bottles too.
Oh yes, but don't touch any of those. They might explode.
Explode?
Are they exotic chemicals? Do you use them for expiring experiments? Yes, indeed. As Early always says. Chemistry is always an explosive science.
Sorry.
I agree. A single discovery can trigger an explosion in information all around the world.
Or perhaps he just meant it literally. Either way, mental note: do not touch any bottle that belongs to Iris.
Okay, I actually think that is everything. I doubt I've missed anything. I'm just gonna inspect the chandelier or whatever. Huh. I actually wonder if I'm supposed to... Let me check my court record. Okay. Let's go to the prison. I'm curious what I'm actually supposed to do here. Oh, I found it. I wasn't sure where to go, but I got it. Cool.
Isn't that we can't meet with Mr. Natsume at the moment?
Oh,
He's being briefed on about his appearance in court tomorrow, apparently.
I see. Yes, the trial's only a day away. Alright then, let's come back later.
Yes.
I really hope he's not answering any more questions with inappropriate textbook answers like, yes, I do.
Briar Road? Doesn't look like there's anything here to inspect. I'm guessing then I'm actually meant to go to the Garadev's room, as said before. And because there was no converse option, I was like, wait, where is it? Actually, what? Huh. I can't present anything. Oh. 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 Okay. Oh.
What's he doing over there?
Mr. Sholmes.
Aha! We meet again, my dear fellows.
Gross! When do you sneak in here?
Herlock Sholmes are at your service.
What are you doing over there by the window?
I am giving to watching the evening sky as the sun sets, madame. Yet sadly, cheerful as the room downstairs undoubtedly is, it lacks an aperture for such observation. So I took the liberty of borrowing a small corner space by the window up here.
Well,
Keeping to an eye to one's windows at dusk is the prudent thing to do in London, I'm gathering. And yet one other thing, Mr. Naruhodo. Oh, me? I thought perhaps you might be in need of a certain great detective's great mind. It's seduction time. Wait, he's not talking about, is he? I didn't expect to be going through that again so soon.
Do you mean Mr. Sholmes?
There's a mighty secret in this modern room. My eyes even see the most trivial of trifles. I take it you're prepared, Mr. Naruhodo. I think so. There is just enough time for one of my greatly admired great deductions. Let us conclude the matter before dark.
Alright.
Mr. Garadeb, though it would seem you are a military man of considerably distinguished service, your standing as a landlord is most certainly not what might one call first-rate. I'm afraid, sir, that it is all too clear to me. There are two conclusions I've been able to draw by the careful observation of your living arrangements.
I beg your pardon?
The first is that even as we speak, you are concealing the presence of a ferocious beast. And the second is that as a result of the beast's violence, you have lost something very dear to you.
Mr. Naruhodo, look.
The old man's broken out into a cold sweat. Unbelievably, it seems Mr. Sholmes' conclusions are both spot on.
How could you possibly?
How could I possibly know, you mean to inquire? The answer could be simpler, sir. For the dense jungle of logic and reason, I am the king of beasts. And I know only too well that the wild beasts are not easily tamed. So, shall we begin? Once again, Herlock Sholmes is about to begin. Logic and reasoning spectacular.
Great deduction. The game is afoot. Nature of the beast.
It certainly should take a great detective to see that a fearsome beast has been on the rampage as of late within these four walls.
Oh, it's a cat. It's a cat.
Thus we are faced with the question, what form might that beast take? For a military breeding, your eyes uncomfortably candid. Your furtive glance moves directly to the answer. The true nature of the beast that has run rampant is revealed by the lion statue. Yes, though an irony, man, you appear unimposing at best. A fact that has fueled your admiration for the mighty lion, the king of beasts.
What is it before I ask you?
In the end, your admiration became so great, in fact, that you had a living, breathing specimen shipped from India, which you tried to keep in this very house.
What?
Oh no, he's got like a little hand mark on his face. I didn't notice that. He got slapped.
Yet, living with such a wild beast proved more difficult than you imagined. The chilling traces of a wild rampage are still very much as evidence.
Well,
And yet, as we look around, the beast in question fails to present itself. Where could this angry creature have disappeared to? Madame?
me?
I pray you do not consider me unchivalrous, but plain to see with one glance of your direction.
It is.
Your dress pocket gives us a handsome clue as to where the beast's current whereabouts. For protruding is a handbill advertising a circus show.
Oh,
Yes, you sought to dispose of this terrifying lion, Mr. Garrett, at Batty's Circus.
Is that a reference to like the circus in the modern games, perhaps? Maybe it's a different circus, but like Batty sounds similar to. Is it Betty? I don't remember what the name of the circus. The big circus thing, Max Galactica, Big Berry Circus, was it? Was that what it was called? Or Berry Big Circus? I don't remember.
A traveling show currently sojourning in a nearby park. I have observed the tents. You sold the savage lion, sir, to the circus troupe.
Why, most certainly did not.
I believe I've made my point. The fearsome beast which ran amok in the was an Indian lion, and a simple visit to the circus now will reveal the lion prancing jubilantly through a ring of fire.
So I'm curious how this is structured now. It's gone through the tour. Sorry. Is he gonna go straight to topic 2? Okay. Right.
Now, Mr. Garrett, it is plainly clear that you still have deep feelings for this formidable beast. Indeed, that blithe pose, the this loss has caused you is very, veritably tangible.
I feel like I'm doing a very different voice for him than I did a few days ago.
Your head weighs heavy on your shoulders, the pain you feel being revealed by that supporting arm. Amidst fits of tears, you let your beloved beast go. The strain of losing something so dear to you is clearly visible when you're visited.
Non-Trambon, I simply...
But what? We must ask ourselves the true cause of this pain. And we need only follow the direction of your gaze to find the answer. Yes, there's this pile of bills that have given rise to the pain you suffer. Every envelope contains another demand for payment. For cartloads of meat, potatoes, wheat, and tea. Indeed, feeding your beloved has had a devastating impact on your financial circumstances. Financial circumstances of your household. And so you had no choice but to let it go.
Yes, but,
Now, in a final fit of rage, the ferocious beast carried out one last unimaginable attack.
Unimaginable?
The aftermath should clearly be seen by observing the carpet. Expensive woolen carpet, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh dear me.
What could have caused such a destructive outburst? This time, madame, I'm afraid as you have inadvertently revealed the truth. Your wondering eye has settled upon the answer very neatly indeed. Yes, to it, oh my fucking god.
This is the almost fucking obvious.
Yes, to explain the dire state of the carpet, we need only look at the towel of cake.
There's no creature more dangerous on earth than a beast with unsatiated appetite. Was it or was it not once said by a certain noblewoman, if they have no bread, let them eat game? Food is at the heart of the tragedy, in fact. Whatever do you mean? Having tried the taste of cake, the beast began to stalk its next prey. I'm sure I do not need to spell out the nature of this final act of destruction carried out by the beast. There's only one logical conclusion. Worked into a frenzy by hunger, the lion attacked and ate the carpet. The teeth marks in the carpet are a perfect match with those of a lion I once saw in India. Okay. Let's fix this shit up. Oh. Thus concludes Herlock Sholmes' great deduction of this beastly puzzle. No, it's a cat. It's a cat in this fucking household.
Your parents got hot to you all over me.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Garrett. I'm afraid I didn't notice. My deductions can be sharp, startlingly sharp. It stands to reason that your cup runneth over. Indeed, my revelations can make people spill tears at times, too. Oh! Well, yes, tears of laughter. Mr. Sholmes, sorry to butt in again, but could I make an observation? Why, certainly, Mr. Naruhodo. What is it again? Well, your deduction just now. Do you really think a lion could fit inside a room of this size? Indeed, it is the only explanation for the fact. The terrifying truth that all too often lies beyond the realms of common sense. Wouldn't be an idea to consider what lies inside the realms of common sense as well? But if an unintentional lion had run amok in this very room, surely Mr. Garrett and his maid would have been hurt, or worse. Ah, that's where you are stuck. No doubt the former military man has held his own against the beast during that large cannon. I thought you said that they sold the lion to the circus. And what about the food? Meat and potatoes are one thing. But I don't believe I have ever heard of a lion that drinks tea. Ah, my dear Mr. Sato, it occurs to me with some regularity that irrespective of race and breed, wherever anyone lands on Great British soil, they are infused with a highly appropriate taste for afternoon tea. Oh, that's a glorious notion. Well then, Mr. Naruhodo, it's your turn to shine again. I had a feeling that was coming. A slight massage, that's all Mr. Sholmes' deductions need. You can do it. Excellent, I've been waiting for my trusty partner in deduction to step forward. Mr. Naruhodo. We don't even know whether or not this is going to help with Mr. Natsume's case. Still, uncovering the truth is always worthwhile, whatever the motivation. At least that's what I want to believe. Let us start again. From the beginning. Of Herlock Sholmes, logic and reasoning spectacular. Course correction. Hold it, Mr. Sholmes. Okay. So I gotta go through this. I will say, my only issue with this particular sequence is that how we basically have to go through a lot of the dialogue like 2 times over. Alright. He has to go through his first own spiel, and then we get to do our own sort of thing. And then like we go through the same dialogue, and we can't skip it. There's a real that lion statue. Hold it, Mr. Sholmes! I really didn't see the lion thing coming. No, but if you observe Mr. Garrett's reaction, it rather seems as though some beast didn't run amok here in this room. Yes, something with a very fierce nature, but it could have been a lion transported from India. So what was it then? We must follow Mr. Garrett's gaze. It'll lead us to the true answer.
There's a photograph frame, I'm guessing. I can't really inspect anything else apart from the lion statue. Mortar shells. The mortar shells ran. Yeah, it's probably a photograph. Let's inspect it. What's his photograph?
It appears to be from Mr. Garradeb's wedding. Looks very happy, doesn't he?
He does, but you can't make out his bride.
No, how unfortunate. Something must have struck the glass directly over the woman's face.
I wonder what happened. Probably best not to delve deeply there.
Glass is broken, so you can't see the bride's face at all.
But no amount of cracks would what a woman's plump up.
I think powerful would be kinder than plump.
Mr. Naruhodo? Mr. Naruhodo? Yes, she certainly looks that. That's a lot of horsepower there. Not something you want to upset, that's for sure.
Oh look, have you noticed a wedding ring? It's very large, isn't it?
Yes, it's an unusual design.
Looks some sort of embellished sunflower.
Take that!
That's correct, apparently. The true nature of the beast that has run rampant is revealed by that newlywed bride. Precisely, Mr. Naruhodo. No other explanation could possibly fit. Yes, this frame print pictures of your wife, Mr. Garradeb. And while we lament the fact that her face is obscured, we can still make out her mighty arms and note the considerable horsepower they must contain. Indeed, surely any woman of such powerful constitution would be honored to be described as a beast. Honored must be stretching a point. Too late! The fact remains that the beast, which so clearly savaged this room, was your wife, Mr. Garradeb. The chilling traces of a wild rampage are still very much in evidence. Whoa! Yet, as we look around, the beast in question fails to present itself. Where could this angry creature have disappeared to? Madame? Me? Please do not consider me unchivalrous, but plain to see to me with one glance in your direction. It is. The dress buckle gives us a handsome clue as to what the beast currently wears.
Oh, fragile, defenseless woman is beside herself.
Well, I don't know about fragile.
Oh dear. Anyway, Mr. Shantz is quite frightened. There's no sign of Mr. Garradeb anywhere.
It seems there may be a clue as to where whereabouts. A clue that this maid is trying to hide. I wonder where Mr. Garrett's wife could be. There it is.
Take that!
There it is. Your wedding ring gives us a handsome clue as to the beast's current whereabouts. Oh! Indeed it does. That flowery band gleaming on your finger gives it away. For it is identical to the one shown on the hand of Mr. Garradeb's bride in this photographic print. In other words, you are no Miss ordinary household maid. No. You are Mr. Garradeb's lucky bride. You are Mrs. Garradeb herself. Oh my! What? Right.
Well, jolly fine detecting, sir. As you rightly surmise, this is the wife, yes, my Joe. Rather let herself go, you might say, but she was a very cool cat.
It would appear that you don't live in the most comfortable of circumstances. Interesting. After all, you are a retired army man. You're too in the business of renting out rooms. I would assume, therefore, you have insufficient means to employ a maid. Would that be correct?
It's not right, I tell you.
or second lieutenant of the 3rd Regiment. A murderer's pride, don't you know? By golly, it's a sorry thing when a chap can't even afford a single maid in his employ. Yes, here in London one is rather Jewish. A household cannot be considered worthy of society if it employs no staff at all. Though in my considered opinion, such concerns about appearances are a folly. You mean Mr. Garrideb has his wife work as his maid? Precisely, am I right, Mr. Garrideb? Only in company, obviously, but listen here. This must remain a secret. Keep top secret, please!
Raging wife of Mr. Garrideb. Again.
Now, Mr. Garrideb, it is plainly clear that you still have deep feelings for this formidable beast. Indeed, in that blithe post, the distress this loss has caused you is very pleasant chance. Your head weighs heavy on your shoulder, pain being revealed by that supporting arm.
Mr. Jones is quite something. Still calling Mr. Garrideb's wife a beast.
Yes, as a woman, that feels rather uncomfortable.
Mr. Garrideb is standing beside her husband as we speak. In other words, he hasn't lost his beloved at all, has he?
Oh, how true! So perhaps that supporting arm that seems to be propping up his head has some other significance then.
According to Mr. Shaw, Mr. Garrideb's pain is tangible, though. What could that pose really signify? There we go.
Take that!
Slap cheek. Get out of here.
Your head weighs heavy on your shoulders, the pain you feel being revealed by that slapped cheek. And of course, the deliverer of that impressive mark on your cheek refuses to fade. Was you, Madame Joan Garrideb? Well, yes. You've been desperate to hide the slap mark on your cheeks.
How will the resident work, man?
Nothing escapes the notice of one trained in the art of observation, my dear friend.
That's why you haven't looked directly at us even once. To keep your other side from view.
Now, let's proceed to the next conundrum. Why were you subjected to such a violent slap? In other words, we must ask ourselves, what caused Madame Garrideb to fly in a rage? We need only follow the direction of your gaze to follow and find the answer.
Actually, I don't need to read all this pilot rules yet. Here we go.
Did Mr. Shaw say the rules were for lion fodder?
Yes, but now we've established that the lion never existed. Which only means that the thing that's responsible for gobbling up the food was Mr. Garrideb's wife.
Mr. Naruhodo. She's a person, not a thing.
Yes, well... She's also the person who gave her husband a mighty slap around the face. One so hard it left a perfect hand mark, in fact.
Yes, why would a woman want to hit her husband with such force, I wonder?
I'd love to know the answer to that question. Here it is. Aha.
Someone must be reading that book at the moment. There's a bookmark here. Look. Mr. Garrideb is clearly not afraid of.
Oh, wait a minute. I don't think this is a bookmark.
Oh no, so it isn't. It's a note written in a woman hand. Oh James, I love you. Yours, Mary.
And look to the ceiling here.
Bookmarks with lipstick. Oh, what a passionate and romantic gesture.
They're getting ideas to Sato-san.
Oh dear, I'm sorry.
So this bookmark is actually love note then.
Take that!
There we go. Yes, it is this love note that has given rise to the pain that you suffer.
Oh James, I love you. Yours, Mary. Passionate indeed. Perhaps the sender of this note, a certain Miss Mary,
is not a fly in the ointment here.
Oh! The balding woman.
You don't know her.
Oh, it was right under me. It was just in the book. I don't know how it got there.
So it was just there, you see.
Across the room, ah!
A likely story.
No, listen here, John. I think I explained it at the time. I put the book second out place. No. The previous owner of the book was using the note as a bookmark.
Oh, sorry. So the previous owner of the book was using the note as a bookmark, you mean? A likely story.
For heaven's sake, woman, look at the name. And to James. My name, in case you've forgotten, is John.
John and Joan, I see.
A likely story.
Have you questioned my name now?
Holy shit. And there we have it. Arouse the suspicion of the female card, and you unleash the beast with the most ferocious bite. The first beast carried one last unimaginable attack.
Unmeasurable.
The aftermath of which can be clearly seen by the clearly copied up there. Yep. This is all gonna be the same, so we can just go through this. Cool. Okay. I wonder which one it is. It must be the candles, actually.
But surely Miss Scarab didn't eat the carpet.
No, of course not. But there doesn't seem to be any doubt that the state of disarray that this room's in is a result of her wild temper.
No, that's true. So, this is the last part of Miss Deshawn's deduction that we need to fix.
The Scaradeb's gaze, yeah. Advertising handle for the film.
Batty Circus, it's in a nearby park.
Isn't this the same as the one we saw earlier? The one that was folded up in Miss Scaradeb's pocket?
Perhaps they're very great circus lovers.
It couldn't be that the Hungry Lion is somehow involved in here again, could it?
Oh dear, I do hope not.
I bet it's a candlestick.
This looks like a very old candlestick, doesn't it?
The base looks too small. Surely it's very unusable. It looks like, to me, even the slightest knock would make it topple over.
Oh dear, that'd be dangerous.
Wait, take a closer look at this. One of the candles is missing.
Yes, I didn't notice that before.
Why is that, I wonder? Why is one of the candle three missing from its holder? Well, my very
Take that!
Take that! Take that! Yes, to explain the dire state of the carpet, we need only look at the candlestick. Most illuminating, my dear fellow, and of course the only possible way out of this logical labyrinth. Yes, the remnants of a ferocious attack in which the carpet was devoured. Yes, the remnants of the ferocious attack in which the carpet was devoured are clearly visible. Indeed they are. The scorch mark of the edge clearly give the truth away.
Scorch marks.
It would appear that this room was the scene of a little martial altercation. Mrs. Garradeb's mighty arm muscles let her impress not only on her husband's face, but on the entire room. The force of her strike caused the candle to fall from its holder. And in seconds, the carpet was alight. The whole corner of the room was in flames.
Yes,
But the most ferocious beast in the world, neither a violent lion nor a vengeful woman, but fire. And in this room, that ferocious beast bared its claws and ran amok. Eloquently put, my dear fellow. So you see, there is but one conclusion. After the sparks of marital discord flew, this room was the scene of a fire. Okay, sorry. I had to cough it a little bit, but...
Mr. Sir, I salute you!
Oh shit, he just fell. Oh my god. Wow. The carpet scorched by a small fire. Deduction complete. Elementary.
It's just that long winter nights, you know? Nothing to do about reading Fight of the Fire. Luckily, there's a jolly good second-hand bookshop just around the corner. But all my old novels there. Buy all my old novels there.
And in the pages of one particular novel, you discovered some rather illicit material. For which your wife admonished you harshly, it seems.
Don't know about admonished. Demolished might be rather close to the mark. And Beast is most certainly an
Here we go again. And the carpet, was that destroyed by a fire when the candle fell on the floor?
Right, so it was. Happened to be right, you know. Whole place filled with smoke. Couldn't see a bally thing. I was caught between the odd six rage and the raging flames.
Oh, that must mean they opened the window to let the smoke out. Oh, wow.
You paint a torrid picture, sir. One that would have been most entertaining.
Got sympathy for you.
Didn't take long for the flash spread, of course. The bally furniture started going up as well. It's hard to mess behind that screen for the time being.
Over here, Mr. Scaradab. Well, you have nothing more to hide now, if you'll allow me.
Hold up. Oh no! Look at all that. It's all messed up. Okay, give me 1 second. I need to clear my screen real quick. Screen as well as clean. Alright. Let me get back in. Sorry, there was a bit of a spot on my screen I just needed to wipe off. It was bugging me, you know? You know how it is. Oh, hello. Hello. Again, getting back into the seat is kind of annoying at the moment. But yes. Cool. Okay. Now. There we go.
Had all my favorite novels, old novels in that case. But as soon as the fire got a hold of them, that was it. Whoosh, up in smoke.
Gosh.
And the wife started hurling things at me.
What a terrible sight it must have been.
There was I, backed up in the window, under heavy enemy fire. Incendiary books come 10 to the dozen. Worst of all is there was my favorite, book called The Lion's Pride.
The Lion's Pride. Ah yes, your notorious love of big cats coming from again.
I'll show you, the title didn't influence my choice in the slightest.
The poor man really did lose something dear to him as a result of the BS rampage. Mr. Shum's seduction turned out to be correct once again. It can only be described as a great British wonder.
I tell you, it's total carnage finds everywhere, and the old stick from full fettle.
Out of interest, what time of day was that?
Not sure I can remember. It was 2 days ago now. Let's see. Around 5 o'clock, I think.
So at exactly the same time, as a terrifying incident was unfolding outside your window on the street below.
You're more terrifying on the inside, I can show you. The whole blighty could have been flashing outside my window at that moment. I wouldn't have noticed a dashed thing.
Oh, really?
Mr. Sholmes? Yes, Mr. Naruhodo. What can I do for you? Well, I think we've got to the bottom of Mr. Garadap's situation now. But what does it have to do with Mr. Natsume's circumstances? But what does it have to do with Shulk? Sorry, that was Ryunosuke speaking. My bad. But what does it have to do with Mr. Natsume's circumstances? I can't help you there, I'm afraid. What? My dear fellow, if you recall, I did say as much from the outset. I warned you that, although I knew that the retired army man to be hiding something, I could not be sure whether the secret would prove of relevance or not. I just knew you were going to say that. Ah ha ha ha! Now, Mr. Naruhodo, you mustn't lose heart. Bear in mind, that all things fall into one of two categories, those relevant to the case, and those not. That makes no sense to me. Well, no matter. It is of far greater importance that you make up your mind now. Sorry, visiting hours at the prisons will be soon being over. I know, is the time already?
That took a while, actually. If I have any criticism of the game, it's that these detective things are really fun, but they take a while to get through. Because you have to go through the same dialogue like twice. If we're to accept Mr. Natsume's case, we have official paperwork to attend to. So that's it. No more time to think.
Perhaps you'd like me to beg yourself bidding us farewell now? I must prepare supper for Mr. Garadab.
Oh yes. I'm so sorry.
Thank you both very much for your time.
Soseki's-san will be waiting for us. I'm going to have to give him an answer.
Alright. Oh, interesting. I went to the prison, but it's told me a real road.
It's time, Mr. Naruto. We must hurry back to the prison.
Yes, I know. It's Hellcat. Oh.
What's the matter?
It looks like something's going on over there in front of the Garadeb's house.
Hmm?
Who the fuck?
I know thee not, old man. Fall to thy prayers.
We're going to make a rum looking in the pickery.
There are more things in heaven and earth, Oratorio. There are that are dreamed of you in philosophy.
Who's this Horatio fella, eh? What are you on about?
Excuse me.
Hey, what the? Who are you now?
I'm sorry, it just looks as though there might be some problem. I'm an associate here, Mr. Ryunosuke Naruhodo, as a lawyer, you see.
Hey? A lawyer? What?
If I can be any of assistance, I'd be happy to help. I'm from Japan, but I have studied English law.
Fine, I'll be on my way for today. But you mark me words. It ain't over yet.
Get thee to a nunnery!
Do I look like a blooming nun to you?
Who the fuck? What the fuck?
I do hope you're not injured. Oh, fair Eastern maiden, thou art so gentle. Thank you.
What was all that about?
There are more things in heaven, Horatio, than are dreamed in your philosophy.
I'm not Horatio either.
Forgive the inquiry, sir, but are you a lodger here in the Garadeb prison?
Oh, fair Eastern maiden,
Thou art so right. Yes, I do dwell in this humble abode.
Mr. Garadeb mentioned that he had another lodger, didn't he? This must be the man. Do you happen to know the other lodger who lives on the first floor?
Oh yes, a gentleman named Natsume. Oh, worthy Apollonius of the battle words, near there be.
Sorry, battle did they say?
Tadayopo. Who is stronger, Hamlet or Macbeth, Mr. Natsume and I sparred long into the night.
Oh god, what is your name going to be? I see.
I don't fully understand, but it seems Mr. Natsume and this gentleman are acquaintances at least.
Please don't be like Shakespeare. That wouldn't make sense.
So fair maiden, so good gentleman. I can tarry here no longer. Fare thee well.
I didn't really understand him, but I think he's returned to his room. It seems he's unaware of what's happened to Mr. Natsume, so he can't really help us. With Soseki-san and that man as lodgers, the Garadeb house is certainly full of eccentrics. Anyway, I'll go find a carriage.
Yes, I'm sure Mr. Natsume is eagerly waiting your return.
Let's hope we can get to the prison before visiting hours are over.
Alright. 19th of February, 6:31 p.m. Local prison. Cell 9.
Oh, it's you! You're here! You came! Locum student of Mr. Naruhodo Esquire! I can't believe you came back! I'm so touched!
We are sorry to have kept you waiting, Mr. Natsume.
Oh no! Think nothing of it! Relax! If I were a cat, I would purr with pleasure at the company of such fine compatriots! Noble, nurturing, never failing Nipponese!
Oh, now, let's not get carried away.
Oh, I quite agree. There was nothing more recent than from the one place. On the other hand, it is through friendship transcending international borders that one truly appreciates the fact. Such is my belief. At least look at him fucking pulsating. He's so fucking terrified.
It's you! The miserable rotten spy! Herlock Sholmes!
Mr. Sholmes, what are you doing here?
I have no intention of doing anything per se, save observing, of course. Whatever you mean, Mr. Sholmes? Well, we're having encountered some curious reading material in that roomful room, having amassed the secret identity of that eccentric pair. I decided I should drop in on my way home to see our divested friend there.
Grateful room?
At least your accommodation here offers a window, my dear fellow. In that sense, it is a superior option. Anyway, I must commend you on your taste in books. My day has been a delight and cost me not a penny.
Ah, you! How dare you! Herlock Sholmes! Oh. I've had it. I'm through. I'm at the end of my rope. I should have never come to Great Britain. It was a terrible mistake. Haunted by spirits in those accursed lodgings, no doubt my luck will be cursed tomorrow's trial as well. My whole life is bedamned!
What are you thinking, Mr. Naruto? He mentioned once before, didn't he? That his lodgings were cursed, I mean.
And there is much truth in Mr. Mustache's words. What? Cursed is wholly appropriate description, I would say. For the man's lodgings, and indeed for tomorrow's trial.
The eye movements in this game is really good. Look at his like twitching in the eye as he blinks and as well, you know?
What's that supposed to mean? We found this receipt in your room, Mr. Natsume.
That's right. I went out to buy some old new books.
Isn't that a contradiction in terms?
New old books. Yeah, right.
And it was on your way back to your room that you saw the woman being stabbed. She's dead, I thought to myself. She's dead! And my mind went completely blank. Before I knew it, I was back in my room, trembling like a leaf. The bookworm having to worm his way out of a bad situation.
Mr. Naruhodo, please be careful not to think thus perishing your story.
How could you possibly know?
Alright.
Mr. Natsume, what did you mean by what you said just now? About the trial tomorrow being cursed?
Oh no, why are you looking at me so grave? You're making me nervous. I was just getting carried away. That's all. I didn't mean anything by it.
Oh, I see. That's really agitated him.
You don't mean the trial really is cursed somehow?
Are you referring to the prosecutor? The repeat reaper of the Bailey?
The Reaper? Oh no, what do you mean? Please tell me. Summarize this succinctly in 16 salient words.
No defendant has ever survived a trial in which the Reaper stands for the prosecution. Ever.
Oh my goodness! Can it really be true? That's what 16 words exactly.
Wait, was it? No defendant has ever survived a trial in which the Reaper stands for the prosecution. Ever. Oh my god. I wonder what that was in Japanese. That's tough to localize. If that's impressive. I like that.
Yesterday, Mr. Naruhodo successfully defended someone against the Reaper. But then, after the trial was over, the defendant passed away in unusual circumstances. Mr. McGilded.
What?
Ah, I am impressed, Mr. Sato. You have an eye for detail. Actually, the Lord Chief Justice told us. Mr. Sholmes, surely it can't be that having failed to accuse the accused Victor, Lord Von Zieks killed the man himself. Oh no, he couldn't have, surely.
Ah ha ha ha! You have some wonderful notions.
Sorry.
The man isn't a mass murderer. He's a court prosecutor, my dear fellow.
Oh yes, why of course he is.
Of course he is then. Why are you trying to scare me?
It could be said, however, that the real truth about the man is even more terrifying than your hypothesis.
What on earth do you mean by that?
Okay. Von Zieks is quite an exceptional man. However, in London courts of law, exceptional does not equate to winning every case without exception.
Ah, that's good.
Soseki-san looks like he's going to cry tears of joy. As you are no doubt aware, in British criminal trial, there's both a judge and jury. The judge officiates based on the letter of the law, or the jury offers public opinion and common sense. It is an excellent system whereby the defendant's guilt is considered from several points of view. However, public opinion in particular is somewhat easily manipulated.
Right.
Criminals, and corrupt lawyers for that matter, can use it to their advantage. By any means at their disposal, contriving evidence, calling imposters as witnesses, and so on. I wonder actually if backstory for the Reaper, Von Zieks, has something to do with a trial 5 years ago, which was unjust to him, I suppose. Because he seems, like they said before, he only goes after the true criminals, right? Either he might have got someone convicted who was not a criminal, but they weren't able to really rule that in court, and then he was sent to the gallows. Or it's the opposite, where he couldn't convict an actual criminal, which is why he's so serious. You know, I know that's a very Ace Attorney prosecutor backstory that I can see happening. And then there's lots of circumstances, corruption, etc., etc. I don't know, that's just me spouting kind of bullshit at this point, you know. And I don't know how this game's gonna progress from here on out. I guess there's only 2 more cases, hey. Is this one and the next one?
By such underhanded means, those who would want to are able to sway the jury, which means that even in the light of irrefutable evidence, the prosecution can fail. But it means the wrong verdict can be passed. And sadly, it is from time to time, my dear madam. It is simply the reality of the situation. And that's alright. However, those indicted by Lord Von Zix cannot escape justice. Their fate is sealed. Oh my. Though the adjudication may see them leave the courtroom with their freedom, within months they all disappear. It is most striking.
To disappear, but how?
By all manner of misfortunes. Perhaps they are trampled by a passing carriage. Perhaps they fall into the Thames and drown. Perhaps they are suddenly overcome by a raging fever, or perhaps attacked by a highwayman.
Oh no.
All examples of the reality of events here in London. I'm afraid, Mr. Naruhodo.
Oh, I knew it. I'm a dead dodo, done for doomed.
Okay. When you said accursed logics before, were you referring to your room at Mr. Garadeb's house, I assume. Do you mean to say you believe the place... Do you mean to say that you believe the place is cursed?
It's been a year now since I came to Great Britain. But I've only been in London a week before I started to notice strange feelings in myself. That didn't take long then. Everywhere I looked, there were foreign faces staring at me, laughing behind my back. I was sure people were talking about me. I started to become nervous when I was going outside. They were always staring at me, all the time, from dawn till dusk. So I shut myself away in my room, but even that didn't help. The fear wouldn't go away.
You must have been very lonely, having been away from your homeland for such a long time.
I've had to move a number of times, most recently to that room on Priya Road, a week ago now.
Yes, why did you choose there? It seems a little inconvenient.
The rent is cheap. I have so little money, it appealed to me straight away. Of course, I asked why it was so affordable. The landlord just sniffed and said, "The room is cursed." Oops! He quickly tried to cover his mistake, but it was too late, so I told him, "If you have something to say, then say it, but if you not, don't mention it in the first place."
Yes, well said.
But it was true. It was all true.
You mean, the room really is cursed then?
Ever since I moved into the windowless hellhole, my sleep has been plagued with nightmares. I wake feeling as though I was being choked to death. In my waking hours, people stabbed in the front of me and walked down the street. I'm branded a killer. Thrown into prison. Nobody wants to know me. I'm surrounded by scary, sinister spirits. If only there was someone, just one person on my side. Can no one find it in his or her heart to believe in me? Really no one at all.
To believe. Yes, to believe. Hey Bank, welcome to the stream. Funny alliteration man. Yes, Natsume Soseki is a famous Japanese author. I'm pretty sure... Oh, that's fucking why. Oh my, I'm fucking... Ah, that's why the fucking chapter's called Kokoro. I'm so fucking stupid. Why did I only just put it together now? Oh my god. I fucking hate... Oh my god, why? Oh, this is great. This is so great. I've actually studied a bit of Kokoro. I did a Japanese literature class at some point. And they got us to read a small excerpt from Kokoro. Very antiquated Japanese, with archaic terms and all that. Kind of hard to read. I actually am interested in reading the whole thing at some point. Because pretty much every Japanese person has studied, I think, Kokoro.
It's part of their like school curriculum and whatnot. I can't believe you didn't know. No, I knew. I just didn't put it together because I've realized Natsume Soseki was here. I forgot that what he's pretty much most famous for is Kokoro. It's a novel he wrote, I think. I forget the details. It's been a while since I looked at what it was about. But that's why the chapter, I was like wondering, why is the chapter named Kokoro and not like Clouded like Spirit or something like that? You know, Clouded Heart. No, it's because Natsume Soseki wrote that. Yeah, okay. Anyway. I love how I don't get the fucking Sherlock Holmes references in this game. But I get the fucking Japanese literature references. God damn it. I'm so fucking... Mr. Sholmes.
Me, Mr. Naruhodo. Pray, what can I do for you? It's about the case on the SS Burya, if you recall. The Burya. Ah, that case. The one with the snake. Well, yes. At the time, I was the suspect, but you believed in me and listened to my side of the story. And you helped us to investigate. I did, didn't I? Interesting. What I want to know is, why? Why did you believe in me? I see, yes, you mean... Because you were a grimly dressed, shady Eastern fellow found within the victim in a locked room. Well, if you like, yes.
All of the Sherlock and Japanese literature references went right over my head when I played this game. All the Sherlock references go right over my head. I just like the stupid detective man. He's fun. He's so much fun. I love all the characters in this game. I don't think there's a single character I've come to hate yet. They all have quite a bit of personality, I'd say.
I'm a little surprised that the answer requires an explanation, my dear fellow. It's quite simple, really. You said I didn't do it. But I could have been lying. Surely you must have had your doubts. Surely you must have suspected me a little. I think perhaps you've misunderstood. I neither recall believing in you, nor that in which you were telling me. What? You see, the only things I believe in are those I choose to believe in. What? What do you mean, Mr. Sholmes? I make up my own mind about what is to be believed and what is not.
I'm pretty sure Edgeworth has said a very similar line at some point.
If I should like to believe in something, I do. The circumstances can hang as far as I'm concerned.
But I could have betrayed your trust.
Ha 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 ha! In that case, I should have made an elementary error of judgment. Nothing more. Betrayal of trust is an overused excuse in my opinion. Meaning, whether or not one should trust another is in the final analysis, down to oneself. It is a matter of whether or not one can trust oneself.
Yes, he's right. He's right. Locum student Mr. Naruhodo Esquire!
Whether or not I can believe in myself. Believe in the me that believes in you. A defense lawyer is only as good as his faith in his client. And that comes down to how much faith he has in himself.
Kazuma!
You are so right, Kazuma. Well, my dear fellows, it is time we were leaving, I believe. Already? Visiting hours are over. The guard will be here shortly to escort us out. There is a restaurant near here that serves excellent traps. Would you care to join me? Oh dear, there is never enough time, is there?
Oh.
Mr. Natsume, if you'd like, in the trial tomorrow, I'd be happy to represent you.
Locum student Mr. Naruhodo Esquire!
As I said, I'd only experienced the British courtroom for the first time yesterday.
and although the man I was representing was found not guilty, I lost sight of something crucial.
Something crucial.
What to believe in? The defendant, justice, or the truth? How to believe, even. But I think I finally figured it out. I've decided I must believe in myself above all else, to trust my instinct.
Yes, Mr. Naruhodo.
And my instincts are telling me that you, Mr. Natsume, are innocent of this crime. And it's imperative that we prove that in court.
Welcome, student Mr. Naruhodo, Esquire.
I'll fight for your innocence to the bitter end, with every weapon available to me. So if you permit me to represent you tomorrow.
As I said when we first met, I'd like to entrust my fate to someone who would listen to me in my native tongue.
Of course, Mr. Natsume.
It would be fair to say, Mr. Naruhodo, that your mind was in many ways made up from the outset. You merely needed the event of today to fully realize it.
Yes, I think you're right about that. It's been a roundabout journey, but I got there in the end.
They really like that animation, huh?
Mrs. Sato,
Yes?
would you be willing to stand by my side tomorrow and help me in court?
Absolutely. As I said this morning, you may consider me your personal judicial assistant.
The shocking events of yesterday's trial still weigh heavily on my mind, but it's time to stop looking backward. Kazuma believed in me, and Mr. Sholmes believes in me now too. So it's time that I learn to believe in myself. Soseki-san has no one, he's all alone. It's my job to help him, to fight his corner, tomorrow, in the courtroom, with all the strength I can muster.
God. I'm feeling really nostalgic for this series all of a sudden. Oh my god. I remember, I don't think I've ever shared this, actually, now I think about it. So, I played, Ace Attorney, Dual Destinies first. I don't remember when I played it, but I believe I actually spent most of my time playing that game on a plane ride to America. And I think the same went for the trilogy, which I also got on iPad, iOS at the time. Which, interestingly enough, most of my memories of playing the game, now that I think about it, of all three games, including some of Dual Destinies, most of my memories actually are on a plane. And I didn't have anything else to do. I couldn't look up guides. There was no internet. So actually playing on stream is actually giving me a somewhat similar feeling now I think about it. And it's almost nostalgic to me, and I really like it, you know? I'm feeling really good about this game. It's so fucking good. Holy shit. I know people say this is one of the best Ace Attorney games, but Jesus Christ. I was expecting it to be overhyped. Like, I felt like I knew, like, Ace Attorney Investigations 2 was going to be really good. But by the end of it, I did feel it was a little overhyped. This game, I don't feel like that. I feel like, so far, it's basically lived up, if not exceeded, all my expectations for it. I'm really enjoying this. But yeah, I think I'm going to end off for tonight. It's getting kind of late. You should book a flight and stream in the air. That'd be fun. Actually, I wonder. Because some planes do have internet these days. Though I'm not sure about international flights. I don't know. But anyway, thanks so much for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Let's see, who joined today? Brian, Curb, Yahiko, Solstice, thanks for the raid, Cerulean Skies. Appreciate it. And thanks for dropping in at the end there, Bank. I know you only happened to drop in at the end, but I hope... I'm glad you did join for a little bit. It's nice. Alright. I'll see you next time for the trial of episode 4. Oh god, I'm really enjoying this game. It's so much fun. Alright, good night.